Hey, vegan. How are you this morning? I'm just waking up. We're supposed to get a snowstorm. We're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches of snow today. So waiting for that to come around. How are you? Morning, Jen. I didn't know if you guys were up or not. How are you this morning? I am so pissed at the post office. Pissed, pissed, pissed. Oh, Lord. I don't know what's the holdup with my mail. Mailed stuff like almost 3 weeks ago and it's still not where it's supposed to go. And Jen, I'm getting the same message with the stuff that I mailed to you. So don't expect it like soon. Sucks. Oh, we FaceTimed with the baby last night. He's home, but he's got to wear an ankle monitor to monitor his breathing. So the girls are a little rough with him, which scared the crap out of me a couple times last night because they were like letting his like little head flop around, and I'm like having a heart attack. Hey, Robbie, I love you too, Robbie. So yeah, they were FaceTiming us. He is so stinking cute. He doesn't cry. He's so quiet. He's so quiet. He just looks around the room, doesn't cry, just lays there. Such a little angel, a cherub. I know it's Christmas, but it's like pissing me off that it's taking so long. Like I mailed misbehaving stuff like 3 weeks ago and it's still not there. And I like rushed to mail it. I'm starting to think I should have sent everything priority post. Yes, but Robbie, sweet dreams, honey. So we got to go Christmas shopping this week. Oh, do you ever get like something dry in your throat? Make you want to cough? So we're expecting a snowstorm here. Well, I don't know if it's a snowstorm or blizzard, but it's supposed to be that thick white snow, the stuff that you can make a snowman with. So we're supposed to be getting that, which is really hard to shovel. But my neighbor's pretty good. He's got one of those snow blowers. Sweet dreams, Robbie. I'll be thinking about you. Merry Christmas, by the way. I made a Merry Christmas video last night and I didn't get a copyright thing because usually when I make a video, I get one of those copyright things. Hey, Pearls. Pearls, we got to FaceTime with my little grandson last night. So cute. He's so stinking cute. And we're going to get to go see him, like, one on one, as long as they're not comfortable with us going there without wearing a mask. So we'll kind of have to wear a mask, which is fine. At least we'll get to see him, you know. He has to wear an ankle monitor to monitor his breathing. But I was asking them, I was like asking them, was there a lot of babies being born? He said, yeah, you'd be surprised like how many babies were being born. And I guess he was like only one of 3 boys that were born. So, hi, country boy. He was only one of 3 boys that were born. So the nurses were all fawning over him. Plus, he was just like, maybe because he was having problems breathing, he was, Brian, where are you? Are you on your way to work? I heard everyone is ripping their faces off in DC. Meanwhile, we're exchanging gifts. Watch my video on my channel, my grandkids. Oh, okay. Pearls, I don't know if I have your channel link. Can you post it in here? I got so many. I was looking last night, all the channels that I'm subscribed to. I can't find anything in there. I've got so many that I'm subscribed to. I'm at home. Well, then get up here, Brian. Get up here and talk to me. The link is in Discord. I'm not working today. Oh, okay. Well, then come up and talk to me. Damn it. I actually wasn't going to go live this morning, but then I thought I woke up and I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I'll show you. Not really bright-eyed. Not bright-eyed. So I'm waiting for the snowstorm. I dyed my hair yesterday. So they can't call me Chucky anymore because it's not red, it's brown. So nana nana nana. I dyed it brown. But I ordered some stuff from Amazon, so we're waiting for some stuff. We're gonna be, I don't know how to do the link thing. Jen, can you post her link in here? Misbehaving. How are you doing, honey? How are you doing? Prayers for misbehaving. She's going through some really hard stuff with her mama. How's your mama doing? Nice snow comes here. It's rain. We're getting, they said 4 to 8 inches, but who knows? They're always wrong. Almost always wrong. So, but they said 4 to 8 inches, and it's going to be that wet snow, the stuff you make snowmen out of. So we'll have to see about that. But who knows? Who knows? They're usually wrong. There's nothing, it feels kind of warm out to me. It doesn't feel cold. Yesterday felt really cold out. I mean, really cold. Vegan is always like so sweet. Vegan, I think I'm going to make you a mod in here because you're here every morning. You're usually actually the first one in here. Hey, Pittsburgh girl. Hey, are you ready for our snowstorm? We're getting 10 to 18 inches. Is that what they said? I thought they said 4 to 8 inches. Hanging in there, Carla. Thank you. No change. Grateful for the beautiful hospice nurses. Truly angels on earth. Yes. I'm glad you have them too, misbehaving. You got very compassionate nurses, which are very, very, it helps when you have compassion and empathy. But my prayers are with you. My prayers are with you. My prayers are with LaDonna in Texas. My prayers are with Shauna. My prayers are with um, Heidi's daughter. My prayers are with everybody, to be honest with you. Oh, okay. Let me grab that. There we go. I'm subscribed. There we go. And I clicked the bell. So when you post a video, I'll be able. I'm not in Pittsburgh anymore. Where are you? What? Where are you? Are you up north? Why is your name Pittsburgh girl? Oh, 3 hours from Pittsburgh. You're north, right? Are you in your cabin in the woods? Are you? Are you guys LaDonna, Shauna, Heidi's daughter, and baby Jack? Yes. Baby Jack is home from the hospital, but he still has to wear an ankle monitor to monitor his breathing in case he stops breathing. It'll alert mom and dad. But he's so stinking cute. He's so stinking cute. Because he had this big thing on his ankle, and we're like, he's so long, guys. Hey, Lucky Luhu. Um, I'm listening in this morning. Oh, that's fine. Um, so he had this big thing on his foot, and we're like, what the heck is that? And they said that was the monitor for his breathing. Yes. Is it in here? Oh, yes, I will. Toys for Tots, everybody. Um, did you post it? Misbehaving, did you post it? I don't see it. Hang on. If you guys can, a very good organization that's been around forever. I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, so I will Toys for Tots has been around for a long, long time. So if you get a chance, you have a little few extra dollars, um, please consider buying a toy for either a girl or boy or both if you can afford it, because there's a lot of kids that are going without Christmas. There's a restaurant in Pittsburgh, and he was on the news the other day saying that he just rehired a bunch of servers. I think he said 15 servers. And now that everything's shut down, he had to lay them off. So a lot of people going without this year are not getting what they're used to getting. Where did Brian go? Did you post it? Oh, hang on. Let me see. Uh, I must have gone by it. Can you post it again? Oh, okay. I'm gonna pin it now. It's pinned at the top of the screen, guys. Um, and not only can you donate a toy, you can request a toy if you're in need, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in requesting a toy from Toys for Tots, because that's what they're there for. Um, every kid deserves to have a nice Christmas, a wonderful Christmas, and if you can, oh, you're making some hot tea, Brian. You're a tea drinker. You're a teetotaler. There's no shame in getting a toy from Toys for Tots. No shame at all. They've been around forever, and that's what they're there for. So just consider the link is at the top of the screen. Got hiccups again today. What is it with me and hiccups? Okay, Brian. Brian. Brian went live last. Hey, Gemmas. How are you? I'm so um I'm so behind on my Christmas. This year has got to be the worst year for Christmas shopping for me yet, bar none. We have usually got, I mean, we've got 4 grandchildren done, but I mean, there's 7 more to go. You know what I mean? And I got a few things done the other day, like through Amazon, but you know, I'm scared to order from Amazon now because I'm scared they won't get here in time. Lord. you know and then not only did that, there's the getting the Christmas present, but then there's the wrapping. So the wrapping's also going to be something. That's going to be a couple days of just wrapping presents because those kids are spoiled rotten, honest to God. So how are you guys? I hope you are all doing well. I know I am. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Pearls, I'm going to go check out your channel, or not, yeah, Pearls. I'm going to check out your channel when I'm done. I cannot believe you have so many, Carla. 11, yeah. Well, see, it's a blended family. He's got 2 kids. I've got 2 kids. So between them, They never stopped procreating. His kids, both his kids, one has 4 and the other has 3. Now, between my 2, there's only 4. So, you count seven grandkids plus 4, that's 11. Yeah, that's a lot. That's what I said. That's enough, guys. Well, his daughter is not going to, his daughter is not, oh, my ghost, she's walking around upstairs. My daughter's not having any more. My son says he's not, but he's only got one, so who knows? His daughter's not having any more. And hey, Mariska, and his daughter's not having any more, and my daughter's not having any more. His son says they're not, but when they got married, they always said they were going to have 6 kids. So who knows? They could have a couple more. I'm just thrilled about this one because we weren't and especially with the 3 girls, and now they have a boy. We were getting kind of like nervous because the girls were really rough with him. Oh my gosh, his head was flopping around, and I'm FaceTiming. I'm going, especially the middle one. Oh my gosh, she was rough. They had to finally tell her, you can't hold him and let his head flop around. I'm like having a heart attack the whole time. But he's so stinking cute, and he doesn't cry. Seriously, I've not heard that baby cry yet. Not yet. I don't know, Jen. I just got distracted for a minute. Sorry. Brian's making hot tea. I'll see what Brian has to say when he comes up. He went live last night too. I'm telling you, I am so disappointed with YouTube lately. But I started watching, I went down a rabbit hole last night. I started watching courtroom outbursts, like when people go nuts in a courtroom. Oh my gosh. I just start watching random stuff on YouTube. I'm telling you, I watch the weirdest things. They come up in my recommendations. Knock that on wood, before the baby starts crying. Yeah, give you 2 minutes, Brian. I'm going to scream at you in a minute. Brian was doing the whole funny thing last night. He was cracking me up. The link is in Discord, Brian, and coffee, tea, or me. Oh, do they? Well, they didn't. I wonder if it's because hey, Rocky, I actually fixed it. Because every time he would come in here and say hello, I would have to show his comments. It's driving me crazy. I wonder if you fix it one time, if it after that, if it shows. Hey, Gemma, how are you doing this morning? I'm just waiting for the snowstorm to start. It's supposed to start I don't know, sometime this morning. And then we're supposed to get it all day. So it's going to look like that. Actually, I don't know if it's going to look like that, but we're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches. I don't know. Is Pittsburgh Girls still in here? Going to be another long day. Are you working today, Rocky? Oh, and they were telling us too that a lot of people that they know, like my stepson and his wife, were telling us a lot of people that they know I've been coming down and testing positive for finally about freaking time. Oh, freaking time, you.
I'm sorry, I'm slow to wake up.
Oh, you're off work today. Are you guys getting snow?
Huh?
Are you guys getting snow?
Yep, there's snow on the ground.
I was happy to see you live last night, Brian.
Yeah, me and the kids had some fun.
Well, you'll have to, if you get a lot of snow, you'll have to build them a snowman. You know that. That's a requirement when you have daughters.
Oh, they'll build their own snowman. Then they have
You
snowball.
might be getting a package today. I don't know.
I know. I hear Santa's little elves were working hard.
They were working really hard, but I wouldn't hold my breath. But the post office has been really dicky lately.
Yeah. Hey, bless our postal workers at this time of year, though. You know.
That's true. Mine go around in a post office truck. They don't walk from door to door. I don't know if yours do over there.
Yeah, they did a truck. I remember when I was a kid, the mail used to come real early. Now it's like in the afternoon.
My mail usually comes around noon.
Oh no, we don't get ours till 6 o'clock sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think they gave me the dates mailed out stuff that late. Well, I guess at Christmas time it's different than.
No, it's like that. It's like that all the time.
So what's new, Brian?
Nothing, except for it's cold in here. It's cold.
Why?
It's cold outside.
I know, but you've got heat, right?
Yeah, I turn it off at night, and then
we do too.
It takes a minute for it to warm up. That's what I was doing, making sure the heat was warming up. I got my fireplace going. You can hear my dryer in the background. It adds a little more heat.
Think I'm gonna go get myself a breakfast sandwich this morning.
You're gonna get a breakfast sandwich?
I'm gonna get a breakfast sandwich. I haven't had one in a long time.
You're gonna go to get one?
Yes. Before it snows.
You can make your own, Carla.
I know I can. I've got a breakfast sandwich maker. Like I do. Have you ever seen them?
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'll show you. Hang on.
Like a waffle iron thing.
Well, it's kind of like that.
I made some the other day. I just used biscuits, but I made the peanut butter and jelly ones, and then salami and Swiss, and then ham and egg and cheese. The kids had their choice.
It's like, I'm going to show you right now. It's like this, and the egg goes in here, and the bun goes down there. But it's a piece of crap. I would like put it away because it doesn't. Well, first of all, I can't find that, what do you call it, English muffins that taste right to me. And second of all, the egg always splatters all over the place.
It's like a griddle.
It is like a griddle, but it's like the egg keeps splattering all over the place.
You think it's a piece of crap?
I think it's a piece of crap.
Oh, I see the snow on your trees back there. It looks like.
No, there's no snow yet. It's just.
It looks like snow back there.
It looks like snow, but it's not.
It's a big old tree.
It will be today. It will be today. We're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches. How much are you supposed to get?
I don't know. It's snowing right now. It looks like there's about a 1/4 inch on the ground. I haven't let the dog out yet, though. So
you're off work today?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I was glad to see you live last night.
I had fun with the kids.
I know they were cracking me up.
That's a big old tree back there.
Oh yeah, it's a huge tree. Well, you know that I had a tree fall down in my yard, right? I just in a storm, the tree fell over, but it fell away from the house. It didn't fall onto the house, thank God.
I bet you get squirrels all over that tree.
Oh my God. And they're fat because the next door neighbor, she has like a bird feeder, and they eat all that bird feed.
Now squirrels eat just about anything, though. They're crazy.
So what's new with you, Brian? Anything new?
Nothing. To try to get this kitchen finished up.
Oh yeah, you were supposed to send pictures. You were supposed to post some pictures in.
It's not done. I'm gonna wait till it gets done. And I put some pictures out. We're gonna wait till it gets done.
Did you do the before? Oh yeah, you have the before picture.
Yeah, I did a video of it. I put a short video up. But I'm waiting for it to get completely done. We're getting ready to put the paneling on and stain the cabinets. It's probably gonna take a few more days.
Are you ready for Christmas, Brian?
Christmas is depressing sometimes.
It is depressing, isn't it?
Because you got so many people that you would like to give to, and it just, you can't always. Not always.
Well, that's, there's that's why we have the Toys for Tots posted at the top. We're not doing the wish list thing because everybody else is doing it. So we're just doing the Toys for Tots. Toys for Tots has been around forever.
That's cool.
We figure that's a better link to post in the chat than the wish list, since everybody else is doing the wish list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think if everybody else is doing it, just let it run with everybody else's wish list. It's a good idea.
Well, I think Toys for Tots is a good organization.
Toys for Tots has been around for a long, long time.
Exactly. So
let's see. I'm gonna look them up. See if I can get some information.
Yeah, Google it. We Google everything we don't know.
I Google everything. Sometimes I don't accept Google's answers though. No, it's just a donation page that comes up first. And then it goes on to, let me see. Toys for Tots Foundation.
It's not about presents, it's about family, Brian. Says Misbehaving. Cherish your family. Exactly.
It is about family, but where we'll go next. And I'll get into a whole sermon here. So but
go ahead. Go ahead, Brian.
It's mostly for the kids. It's commercialized these days, and it's just to make the kids happy, whether they were naughty or nice. But we have to explain to our kids exactly what it's about.
Well, I remember when my stepdaughter, they were the oldest one was younger, and you know how they have the tooth fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they came to us and said, because we asked, she lost her first tooth, and we asked her, what did you get for your tooth? She goes, well, I didn't get nothing because the tooth fairy was broke. It broke my freaking heart. Oh, of course, we went there and gave her money. But that's when, they were really struggling.
Yeah.
But to have to tell your kid the tooth fairy was broke, it just broke my heart.
The tooth fairy is on unemployment right now.
Unemployment, yeah.
Yep. So, what do you think about this vaccine, this coronavirus vaccine?
I'm never getting it. I'm not getting it.
That's a good. It's a good topic because I did a little research on it, and the virus, the vaccine is actually a part of the virus, and it attaches itself to your RDA cells in your body, and it remains there, and you pass this along to your children. So.
Oh, really? That's how it works?
As far as what I've been listening to, the way that the government is trying to make us feel like it's okay, they're trying to, it's like they're pushing it too hard. And some Pfizer, some of these, it's not just one shot. You have to continue to go back and get more shots. So we don't know what it is. We don't know what they are putting in the shot. It's based on trusting people you don't know.
Well, have you heard that it causes Bell's palsy?
If it causes anything, I don't want it. I'm not going to take it.
I don't know. They're not going to force. But a lot of people are saying they're afraid that they're going to force kids to get high.
Well, I feel like if it's that safe.
Did you hear about that woman on the airplane? The woman on the airplane with the 2-year-old? Okay, they were flying somewhere, and they had a 2-year-old. It was a woman and her husband, and they had a 2-year-old. Well, the 2-year-old, you know what 2-year-olds are like, would not keep the mask on, kept pulling it off. So they kicked them off the plane and put them on a no-fly list.
Wow.
And fined them. Can you imagine?
Wow. What are you? But if they would have took something and tied it around that kid's face, then they would have been in trouble for abuse.
Yeah. Well, you know what 2-year-olds are like.
If they don't want to listen, they're not going to.
No, but so they're on a no-fly list now because of that. I really don't think that's fair. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you can get a stiff fine if you refuse to wear your mask on an airplane, and you can be put on a no-fly list.
I bet they're really upset with that child for really no reason. I don't think these masks are as helpful as they say.
They're not.
Because, you know, in reality, you're supposed to wash your hands before you put it on.
Right.
You're supposed to change them every 2 hours.
Right.
And people don't do that. I've seen people pull them out of their pockets and put them on. So if the coronavirus is in your pants or whatever, you have your hands in your pockets. Let's say you touch something that's got the coronavirus on it.
Hi, Cricket.
Hi, Cricket. And if you touch something that's got the coronavirus on it, and then you reach in your pocket for something, then you put that mask in there. That mask is now contaminated. And what you're blowing out at people, because it doesn't stop air from coming out, you're blowing the coronavirus around.
I've got the masks with the I forgot too, because I was going to put that in your package. I've got the mask, God the good one.
Yeah.
Did you see that in the chat?
I see it now.
But I have those masks with the. I'll show you.
The little filters.
Not only that, but they have the guard on top for your eyes.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so they have the guards. That's what I was going to put in your package, and I forgot. So they've got this. I don't know here.
The thing,
you know, that little thing, but it doesn't help. It doesn't make you breathe any easier.
I don't think they help.
They don't.
They might protect the other person a little bit, but
they also fog up. These things fog up, just like your glasses fog up.
Yeah, and that's dangerous. And you know, there's sometimes, like the glasses that I wear have the big frames, and there's really no way to stop them from fogging up. Yeah, those are cool. So and then when people say you have to pull your mask up, and then, well, if I trip over something and walk into something I can't see, you're putting me at risk. I kind of think that the mask, in my opinion, are to test and see if they can just get us Americans to shut up.
Well, here's the thing too. And the other day, it's not automatic with me. Like, putting on your seatbelt is an automatic thing. Okay, we're used to wearing a seatbelt. So the other day I went to the Dollar General and I walked into the store. There was nobody in the store but me. I walked through the store, and of course the cashiers are behind a plexiglass screen, so none of them were wearing masks. So I'm walking through the store, not even thinking about the mask. And I paid for my stuff. I left, and this guy started swearing at me, and I'm like, what the hell is his problem? Well, he was swearing at me because I wasn't wearing a mask, because I completely, honest to God, forgot that I was supposed to be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, and these workers that are behind the glass, you got to stop and think. They're in this glass with no mask on, right? It's a surrounding thing.
Yeah.
When they come in and out, let's say one of them's got the virus. They come in and out, and they're opening and shutting that door. They're just spiraling that stuff out into the store. And it can stick to your clothes. The mask is not going to help.
Well, it can stick to anything. They're stocking shelves. You could just touch something and get the virus.
I don't get upset with people, about the mask. I wear it because
he got upset with me. He did. He was swearing at me. Until I got to my car, didn't realize, oh shit, he was swearing at me because I wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah, my dad, he's very adamant about that.
Kimberly.
There's Kimberly. My dad, he's very adamant about that mask, but he's up in his 70s. You know, he's pretty ill, so he gets mad at people if they don't wear it. I tried to explain to him. I said it's really not that much of a precaution.
Well, it's not safe. It's not protecting you. Supposedly, what it's doing is protecting other people from getting whatever if you have it.
But if it only is effective if people change it every 2 hours. That's the thing. Even the cloth ones. So you literally have to carry a box around with you and change them every 2 hours. That's from Fauci, and nobody changes. You see people wearing the same mask every day, and if you wash it, let's say you wash it, and you let it dry, and you set it on your counter, and your counter's been exposed, then you've exposed that mask.
But I got the ones with the filters too, and I don't think they help. Miss D said the only ones that are really good are the N95s, and they are half face. Supposedly, they have to be fitted to your face. Yeah. So really, what we're wearing, and I see most people, like 99% of the people, wearing those paper ones. 99% of the people are wearing those. To me, that's like wearing a paper towel over your face.
It does nothing.
Really, seriously. But as far as the vaccine goes, I don't want it. They're going to have to give it to me kicking and screaming.
Well, I think they're going to make it like a mark, like you have to have the vaccine to go in public places to shop. They're talking about making the second stimulus, and a part of it is that you have to have the vaccine to get the second stimulus. I mean, they're going to stretch they're going to stretch some of the vaccine being given out till after they put Biden in office to make these kinds of laws that, you know, you have to have that vaccine to get certain things.
He really thinks masks harm than good. I don't know if they're hard to breathe in. I feel sorry for the kids that were, all our schools are closed now. Our restaurants are takeout only. I don't know about in Dayton, but here in Pittsburgh they are.
There's some that are open, but I don't like takeout. Because, you know, the takeout, if they deliver it to you, you know, it has a chance to cool off, and I like the food.
I'll tell you what, I'm not getting takeout again because the last time it was on my birthday, I got takeout and I got sick from it. I swear, because you don't know how long it you know stood for. You don't know anything.
You have to trust the people
for 3 days.
You have to trust people to be alone with your food in their car.
That's right.
And I don't.
What's new, Brian? What's new besides what is new?
What do you mean what's new?
What's new on YouTube?
I don't know. I you know, I've been spending a lot of my time watching this electoral process, and I know that you don't get into politics.
Oh, remember the other day you thought, did you find out what happened with your Google account?
I guess Google was having some kind of issue because everybody was having problems, but it wouldn't let me log into any Google. Couldn't find my Google.
I thought I lost my channel.
I was worried about my channel. It wouldn't let me on my PayPal, and you know I owe PayPal money, and it just wouldn't let me anywhere. But you know they had struck some of my political videos about this election, telling me that it was scamming. They just simply don't want you talking. YouTube does not want you talking about it or posting videos about it, at least. You know, I put up a Stop the Steal, and they said it violated the community guidelines. But
hey, Jenny.
There's other channels out there that are cursing each other out and doxing people, but that's okay. But if you talk about something that's really going on, no matter what you believe, what side you believe, you know, it's news.
There's always a message underneath your political videos saying this YouTube has declared
right.
Joe Biden the
Just about any video you say Trump or Biden, and they'll be under there. So it tells you that YouTube is watching. Well, if you can watch that, then maybe you can watch other channels and see what they're doing, and go about guidelines there. It just shows that they are watching. It's their freedom.
Well, and that's Facebook too. I guess
Yeah.
Facebook, if you talk about politics on Facebook, you could be put in Facebook jail.
So these corporations and media have, in my opinion, have successfully taken our right to vote away from us. And now they are beginning, these corporations like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube are taking away our right to freedom of speech as well. That's just the way I feel about it. That's what this vaccine. Carlos. Yeah. Carlos Seja.
Carlos Seja.
Jenny O'Brien. God the Good One. I like that. That's cool.
Well, you believe in that, right?
I believe that God is the good one.
I watched this really cool channel the other day, and it came up in my recommendations. I don't know why. But he was talking about good and evil. And he was saying, I guess he almost died, or he died and got brought back. Okay. And he was talking about what he saw, because he lived just, I guess he was a really bad person before. And he lived his, he stole money. He did all kinds of bad things. So he died and he got brought back. And he goes, I'm here to tell you that there is a heaven and there is a hell.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how people that are bad people do not go to heaven. It was really, really profound.
Well, it's not necessarily just bad people. You can have upstanding citizens that are good people, but they, according to Scripture, you could be the best person in the world. You could be a good person, but if you have not been born again and you do not have the Holy Spirit in you, you can still be that good person and still go to hell.
But he was talking about people that are mean, people that yell, scream, carry on. How you live your life is really important to God. And it was really good. Like, I started watching it and it came up in my rec, and I don't even know, I can't even tell you now to this day who the guy was, but it was really, really, started listening to it and really got a lot out of it.
If you look up Pat Robertson from the 700 Club in the CGN network, he did an interview with this guy. It's called 22 Minutes in Hell. And this guy was a pastor, and he had some kind of accident. I don't remember exactly what the accident is, but he remembers vividly 22 minutes in hell. And he describes it. He describes what it's like. And he was able to come back. But this is on, Pat Roberts, the 700 Club. They've been around forever. And like I said, it's called 22 Minutes in Hell. And it seems like kind of kooky. But if let's say you believe it, if you listen to this guy and you believe him, it'll scare you. It'll scare you.
God, the good one says if that's true, a lot of priests and evangelists won't be going to heaven.
He's absolutely correct. You could live your life 100% by what you think the Scripture is. You could, and still, because they say the road to heaven, no matter who you are, is very narrow. And you have to be almost perfect. You have to be a person that lives their life as like Jesus would have. And he was without sin. So you could think.
Candace.
It's not easy to be a Christian. It really isn't. Because you could get it wrong and think you have it right the whole time. So that's why they encourage people that are in the church to read their Bible, to fellowship. You're supposed to only fellowship with other Christians, which is really hard to do because there's not so many around anymore. You're supposed to witness every time you speak to someone else, which I have a hard time doing that. But you grow as you go, so it's not like people think that you get saved and that's it, you're good to go. No, you still have to work for it. You still have to work for it. People sin every day.
Yep.
Every day. You don't even mean it.
We're human, so we're not perfect.
Right.
We'll do things that we have regrets about.
Even if
The
you
only
have,
thing you can do is change your like. But this guy had actually died, and he had lived his life like horribly and before. And he said, "And I'm coming back to tell you that there is a heaven and there is a hell. And if you don't change, but you can change, you can, you can be forgiven for everything, but you have to want to be forgiven. You have to want to change your life and live a good life."
you sure can be forgiven. You can be forgiven for everything, but uh, you can't. You can't continue to do the same thing over and over and then ask for forgiveness for that and continue to say, well, I'm going to do this again, and then be forgiven, then be forgiven. There comes a point where if you're doing,
God's a good one. He makes a good point. What happened to God will forgive you.
he will forgive you. But like I said, you can't continue to do the same thing over and over. If you willfully sin, like let's say you have a sin of stealing. Let's say you're a kleptomaniac, and you steal, and then you steal something, and then you ask for forgiveness, but then you go out and do it again, and you ask for forgiveness, then you go out and do it again. It doesn't work like that. If you willfully sin, you're not going to be forgiven. But if you're just being human, like she was talking about, like let's say sometimes we have thoughts, we think things that we don't want to think. So we can't help that. You can be forgiven for that. Or let's say you have an addiction to pornography and you decide to put it away, but you keep going back and looking. You can only be forgiven for that so many times before God says, okay, now you're willfully sinning and you're not repenting of your sin. You have to repent of your sin and make efforts to try to stop doing that. Now, if you slip, you can't, like with watching porn, you can't slip. You actually have to log on and go to that. That's not an accident. So you're not going to be forgiven for that constantly over and over and over again. You're not.
See, that's where we differ in our opinion. I think you could be forgiven.
Well, you can be. You can be once or twice.
All the time.
But see, what you have to do, let's say you have it. Let's just use porn let's say you have an addiction to that, right? And then you start going to church and they help you work with that addiction, and you pull away from it, right? But then you say you slip and you watch again, and then you go back and you ask for forgiveness, right? You can be forgiven, but if you continue to do that over and over and over again, God's going to know you're not serious about repentance.
Mm-hmm.
Repentance means you do not log on to it, you do not look at it, and even people that had porn addictions in the past, you still have those weird images in your head. That you can be forgiven for because you can't control what you're thinking.
Oh, God, the good one says, so he's selective. Sometimes he's forgiving, even though he allowed you to become the thief.
He doesn't allow you to become a thief. What God did is we were born with our own will. Let's say that we were all born and we were all Christians and everything was perfect, right? God gave us our own will. We have the choice to make. Do we want to steal or do we not want to steal? God wants those people who do not want to steal and are making efforts to stop doing that. So let's say you've been forgiven, you've stolen, you've been forgiven, but you go in this store and you say to yourself, I'm going to steal something, but later on I'll ask to be forgiven and everything will be okay. It doesn't work that way. He still loves you. God always loves you, but you may not.
In the Catholic Church, that's you can be forgiven for anything.
Right, and that's also
anything.
You can be forgiven for anything, but to a certain extent. You can't.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
You can't. Well, you can't be forgiven for every week willfully sinning. God hates sin. So if you continue to do the same thing over and over,
welcome back, Gemmas.
God's gonna be like, okay, I forgive you. All right, I forgive you. Okay, I forgive you. I forgive you again. Okay, I forgive you. God's gonna. Huh?
Gingerlock's friend had her baby.
Yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations on her little baby girl. Okay, go.
God is not selective. He loves everyone. He hates sin. And if you continue to do the things that God hates, he's not going to.
Question: why do people care so much about being forgiven?
Well, some people don't care about being forgiven. It just depends on, this is just a topic. Let's say that you're a serial killer and you kill somebody and then you get forgiven for that. And then you go kill somebody again and then you get forgiven for that. Then you go kill somebody again and you get forgiven for that. Then after a while, God is promoting you killing people.
Hey, Mel Mel.
Hi, Mel Mel.
How are you, Mel Mel? Number one panel rule: no politics or religion.
Well,
Brian's very, very passionate about his
just
religion
a topic of discussion
and politics.
And I respect everyone's opinion, and I don't go at them for their opinion. I just try to give it to them like it's given to me.
Well, I asked.
Well, let's see. Let me get the right. Let's just go straight to because Mel Mel's just being silly, I think. But let's just go to the. I'm looking this. I'm going to King James. Okay.
He said, I kid.
Yeah. Okay, check this out. And now in 1 John 1:9, it says, if we confess our sins, he is faithful just to forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Right? So you can be cleansed of your sin, right? And then it's up to your job after you've been forgiven is to stay clean. Yeah, you're not gonna be.
And God, the good one, says your God should have put the rules of how many times in his. Why do they give people last rites? Everybody, when they get their last rites, is forgiven of all sin.
He does put the rules in the book. If you read, you have to repent. And repent means that you have to rebuke any type of sin and work hard to not repeat that same behavior again. So if God knows your heart and he knows that whether you're trying to not repeat that same behavior or whether you're willfully doing that same behavior, if God sees that you're willfully doing that same behavior.
Don't you think that's why a lot of prisoners and people on death row find God in prison because they want to go to heaven?
I tell you that sometimes, being locked up and losing your freedom, you can have a spiritual awakening. And a lot of good pastors and preachers and good Christians have come out of the prisons, like the Apostle Paul was in prison. And that's a way to, sometimes God uses the loss of your freedom to shake you and have you.
Hey, Mr. J.
Notice him.
Welcome.
God, it's cold. Yeah, but you can't willfully sin and expect you might be able to be forgiven if you continuously willfully sin. You might be able to be forgiven many times. Many times. But when you die and you stand in judgment, God knows your heart.
See, I don't think God has a my God, the one that I believe in, doesn't have a cap on how many times you can be forgiven. That's what I believe.
Well, like I said, it goes back to you have to repent from sin. And if you're not trying to repent from sin, you may be able to be forgiven for it, but that doesn't mean that you're going to enter the gates of heaven. We can put it that way.
Hey, Gail. The Bible was written by man, not that I don't believe in God, but the written word is to me not worthy. Sorry, just my opinion. Oh, you have a right to your opinion, Gail.
Sure, but the Bible has also never been proven to be wrong. And until you have a spiritual awakening, until you receive...
Brian, do you know the 10 Commandments?
Yes.
Okay, what are they?
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not...
covet thy neighbor's wife.
Yeah, well, yeah. Thou shalt not commit adultery, which is the same thing. But let's look them up. Let's just be sure I get it right. I know that one of the things that God hates the most is a lying tongue. People
Hey,
that
Ginger. Ginger's up.
Ginger, I'm glad she's not in the hospital.
She hasn't been in the hospital for a while.
Okay.
Oh, just jumped down.
Okay. I'm looking. Oh, I got cookies.
I thought you would know that at the top of your head.
Well, I want to be sure that I get them right. I do know them. You shall have no other gods but me, which goes to show, the Bible says you can't serve two masters, for you love the one and not the other. You should now not make for yourself any idol or bow down.
Gemma got kicked out of her church for being autistic. Wow.
Well, that's ridiculous. And I've had issues with Nicole's disability in churches. And then it says, you shall not make yourself any idol nor bow down to it or worship it. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, which is people that say,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, literally. And goddamn,
I've said it a lot of time.
It's sort of like that, but it's also it doesn't just mean those two words. It also means, well, God's nothing. You're fake. That's the same way too. And then it says, you shall remember to keep the Sabbath day holy, which means Sunday is the day of rest. And you should spend that day in prayer or go to church. Respect your mother and father. You must not commit murder. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. You must not give false evidence against your neighbor, which is lying. You shouldn't lie. You must not be envious of your neighbor's goods. You shall not be envious of his house, his wife, or anything that belongs to your neighbor, which is hard to not be envious of people. Like, some people have certain writers that they like, certain producers they like, certain artists they like, and you kind of envy those people that you look up to, like your heroes. Everybody has their hero. Some of these are just really hard to follow. But basically,
so if you are envious, say you're jealous of somebody, that's a sin?
Jealousy is a sin. But envy, you might like, let's say, like I really like Gwen Stefani. I like her music. I like the way she looks. I like her lifestyle. That kind of envy is good. It's still good. It doesn't mean you're jealous. But according to the Ten Commandments.
Oh, my God. God. Gemma says, I had been in church for 8 years, and I told my pastor I was getting tested for autism, and then everybody turned on me.
What kind of church was that?
Yeah, what kind of church was that? That's not no church I want to go to.
Because they need to be called out for that. Because, autism is a disorder, a disease, a situation,
something you can't help.
God loves those people more. Bring to me, you're sick, you're ill, the Bible says. He wants to heal. Yeah, I go to a Pentecostal church as well. But whoever did that, that's not of God.
A Pentecostal church.
Yeah, you see.
Well, that's the church you go to, Brian.
A Pentecostal church. But that's not of God. When someone rejects you, even it's the wrong kind. When someone rejects you because you're different, you have a challenge, that's not of God. And you should have read, you should call them out on that and say, look, the scripture is, bring to me you're sick, you're ill, you're deprived. No, some Pentecostals suck. Not all Pentecostals suck. It's just like all YouTubers don't suck. All comments don't suck. Some of them do. The one I go to, I like.
You should talk to your pastor about that.
He'll tell me the same thing. He'll say, well, that church is wrong. And churches aren't, they're man. They're not. You're going to have pastors that are fake. You're going to have pastors that don't know the word. It's like I told you about when I got Nicole, with cerebral palsy. We got her a job at a thrift store, a Catholic church, a thrift store. And she goes in for her interview. And they asked her, is there any physical limitations, blah, blah, blah. She says, oh, yeah, I got cerebral palsy and epilepsy. And this nurse or this nun told her, "Oh, we can't have you here." And she's like, "Why?" She says, "Yeah, because we had somebody have a seizure, and it freaked everybody out, and we simply can't have you here." And she come home crying to me. The Catholic Church. This is a long time.
Just Evelyn.
And she come home crying to me and told me this story. So I called up there and talked to that nun. I said, because I wanted to be sure Nicole had it right. I said, "Did you tell her you couldn't use her because she's got epilepsy?" And the nun confirmed it. And I said, "I can't believe this is coming from a church." She said, "Well, we're also trying to run a business here, and we just can't, blah, 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 blah." So you're going to have churches, and that nun will not reach the gate for that.
Ginger, I can't. Oh.
Gail Storm, don't let.
Okay, can you
Hi.
talk now? Hey.
Yeah,
Hi.
Gail, don't.
Oh, thank you, God.
Gail, don't let.
You can't pick which God is real. I forgive you.
Yeah, Gail, don't let any person that's in the church shove their beliefs in your face. It's up to you to get into the scripture and read for yourself and believe what you choose to believe. Don't let anybody force
Hey,
you.
Ginger, congratulations to your friend on her new baby girl.
Yeah, she is a baby girl now.
Baby
Davina is her name.
Who, Justina?
Davina.
Davina.
Oh, I love that.
It's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Divine.
It's the female version of David.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
And they're gonna name her, like, her nickname will be Davy.
Be what? Dav?
Davy.
Davy.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You got a big smile. You got a big warm smile on your face. I love your chin.
Okay, so here's the story with Ginger Locke's mom's friend. She's 47 years old, and she just how old is her other one? 4?
2.
She's got a 2-year-old, and now she just gave birth to another baby.
Don't forget the 16-year-old.
And she has a 16-year-old. I forgot the 16-year-old.
I can't forget about the 16-year-old.
Can you imagine having a baby at 47?
No, because I see it through her and I go, "Oh, hell no." No.
But she lost her first husband, right? She was a widow?
No, she got divorced.
Oh, okay. I thought she was a widow.
That's my other friend.
Okay.
We're all like very close friends. So we're all from
you look
college.
warm with that flannel on.
It's
Yes,
comfortable.
Is that a hood? Is that a hood on there?
It is.
She has such a cute smile.
I know. She's so beautiful. And she's going to be in a wedding. How's that going to?
I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, Gemma, that church needs to be called out for that.
Not too sure if I'm going to be in a wedding.
How are you feeling right now?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm still throwing up, but other than that, I'm okay.
I was going to say, you sound like you don't feel well.
I'm throwing up.
Sounds tired to me.
I'm still laying in bed.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Well, we just don't want to see you in the hospital.
I don't plan on it.
Christmas.
I love that picture of you. You're so cute.
She looks cute when she's in the hospital after.
She does. How does she manage to look good while she's laying there?
I have no idea. Like,
Even
I'm
Molly said,
insanely jealous.
Even Molly said, "You make me so mad."
She would turn the camera on in our hospital bed, and I'm like, God damn, she even looks good when she's sick.
She's got one of those Campbell soup can faces. It's just so cute.
Oh, I've heard that my whole life.
Hi, Jenny. I think your character. You're such a nice person too. Makes you know what I mean.
Yeah, she is
I try.
a wonderful person.
I've never really seen her mad.
Oh, I'm mad.
Okay, God, the good one. Thank you for coming in.
Hey, God, the good one.
It's kind of hard to call somebody God. There used to be one that came in here, called himself JC.
But that's a funny troll. But they'll pay for that.
Yeah, and he used to come in and say, I God bless you and stuff, but I just couldn't bring myself to call him.
God, the good ones. He's awesome. I like him.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen that person around, so.
Oh, I do. I know him.
Oh, okay. You know him?
Mhm.
All right. He seems pretty cool.
I mean,
He's
I've never talked to
nice.
him one on one per se, but I've been following him for like 2 years.
Goodbye, Gail. Have a good day.
I just have a hard time calling someone God. You know?
Well, there's this other troll out there called Testicle.
Oh, I've seen
But
that
that's not a
name. I
troll.
have
It-
seen
it-
that name.
it- it's so funny when people say, "Hey, Testicle." Okay.
There's another troll name on here that, or it's not a troll name, but it's a
Yeah, but
YouTube name. Oh,
testicle isn't a troll.
Well, it's
no, not a
troll.
troll. But there's another name on here that I really like. It's my favorite name on here, and it's called
Reese without her
Reese
spoon.
Without Her Spoon. Like, this is my all-time favorite name.
I remember.
People are so smart with their names. Like
Some of-
Ginger Locke's mom is pretty cool name.
Yeah.
I don't know how I came up with it. I don't remember.
Ms. Behavin has a cool name.
I used to have one on
Misdemeanor.
Free Her from My Willie.
Oh God.
Free Her from My Willie.
There's one that there's a troll called Claude's penal implant. I saw
Wow.
yesterday.
Where did
And
these
that's
people?
not me saying that in case FODs don't come for me. I just read that.
We know you're not a troll, God, the good one. I know you're not a troll.
No,
Don't worry
there's
about it.
No,
any name.
I've
Any,
never seen that name before. That's all.
any name.
He's not a troll. He's a very good God.
Who?
He's a good God.
He's a good God.
No. When we say troll, we mean that they're not using their given name, and it's a troll name.
Well, then we all have.
Brian,
troll
you've
names.
always used your name. I don't use my name.
I've always used my real name, and sometimes sometimes that's a bad thing. But I like to put my name on whatever I say.
Right.
I do have Skittlepox, but I let everybody know that that's me. I don't use that one much anymore. That's nasty. That was a nasty channel. But I don't use that one much anymore. If somebody blocks me, I just go back in and under Skittlepox and go, and then they block me again. So
Where did you get blocked yesterday? I saw you said you were blocked somewhere.
I was over in Mandalin's, and the chat was being real nice to me. They're, "Hi, Brian. Hi, blah, blah, blah." And, I got blocked, whatever.
Why'd you get blocked though?
Because I'm an evil person. I'm a really
I just subscribed to them.
Yeah, because Amanda thinks that I'm this evil person. I'm a really, really bad person, but she mods for FOD. So.
What was that?
Yeah, what was that noise?
That's my dryer.
Oh my God, he's got the loudest dryer at all ever.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a terrible person, and I'm not worthy of being in her chat. But see you over there with that ranting mods.
Brian, you're not a terrible person.
I don't watch it. I stopped.
Well, I heard that Smokey and Tracy were going at it, so I popped.
Were they?
Yeah, I popped in there because I like Smokey, and I like him enough. I like Smokey enough to stay away from his channel, not go in his chat, so he doesn't get crap for having me over there. But I like Tracy too. But when I just want to see two country people going at each other. It was kind of funny. And
Misbehaving says, "Who cares, Brian? Consider this first."
Yeah. Hey, I try. Yeah, I have done so much on YouTube, that I'm just not worthy of being in her chats. But it's okay to mod for FOD. But we're not going to get into that.
That is one name I don't bring up.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
They've tried to get on my
Right, he's terrible. He's such a terrible person. Hi, FOD. How you doing? Let me come up on your panel. The hypocrisy is real, but hey, they're all people, and they all have a right to do whatever they want to do, and bless them all. I have personally forgiven FOD. And someday other people.
You have to forgive people for yourself.
Well, you do it for them too. The thing of it is I don't think that she is in control of what she does. I think she's being led by other sources. So I've completely forgiven her. Yeah. Every now and then I might make a little wisecrack about her.
I'll give her say something nice about someone. And the only thing I can say nice about her, in my opinion, is she's got a funny laugh. She does.
I tell you what. FOD is very clever, and she can be very funny. If
And
that's
and she's very smart at making videos. I wish I'd figure
yeah,
out how to make
yeah.
a video.
She's very funny, and it just depends on what you find humorous. But she does
I
say
don't get on
things,
her wrong side.
she does say
You're on her
things
bad
that
side.
make me
I'll
laugh.
make a
I mean,
video about you.
she has she does have a certain charisma that draws people to her, but so did Charles Manson. She can be very, very funny, and if I can say anything good about her, yeah, and I like the fact that she tries not to swear. That's a good thing, but you got to cut the word whore out of your because that's a swear word. You got to cut that out too.
And so it goes back to not letting others' opinion as someone affect yours. Brian is a great person. I'm very glad I've gotten to know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God, me and Brian, remember us? How we started out before we became friends?
Hilarious.
But you gotta look.
Brian mooned me, people. He
Carla,
mooned me.
Carla, you gotta look at how that started. Remember, you said that you and TNT just wanted to pick on somebody that day.
Yep.
And you chose me.
Yep.
Not what you wanted.
No. No. And then I kept kicking you off my panel, and you mooned me. And I'm like, I was panicking because at that time StreamYards was new to me, so I didn't know how to kick someone out, how you can kick someone out of your studio. And I'm
backstage
mooning me, and then he's holding up the sign, and I couldn't read the sign because I was so freaked out that I would accidentally put him up on my panel when his pants
going,
and then he makes a video about me. Oh, but Carla is such an ignorant woman. She's this, she's that. Oh God!
Because you wouldn't listen, and I should have known that.
No, I wouldn't.
But look, because that you were.
I was trying to be a badass.
Here's the thing, Carla.
I'm not a badass.
Here's the thing. You admittedly came after me for no reason, and I gave you a little fight, but I didn't dox you. I didn't call you names. I didn't come after your family. I didn't do any of that. No.
You just believed what other people told you.
You just said I was an ignorant woman.
You were being ignorant at the point.
I was. I completely embraced that I was being an ignorant bitch.
She finally came out and she finally came back and said, well, Brian, TNT just wanted to pick at somebody, and she suggested, let's pick on Brian. And TNT swears that I harassed her.
I can't blame it on her. It was
me. You can't, but you said it was your guys' idea.
Well,
Don't blame it on her.
Actually, it was my idea.
Don't blame it on her.
Yeah. No, I'm not blaming anybody but myself for being ignorant.
But a lot of times
we turned out being the best of friends. So,
Yeah, a lot of times if people pick at me and we have an argument, then I get to know that person and they get to know me. They find out that I'm different than what they thought.
Brian,
like Nene.
Brian has a huge heart and is a deep thinker. Just don't piss him off.
Yeah. Well, you can make me mad these days and I won't go too far with it.
That was the pre-religion days.
Me and Nene fought for a long time on here. Hateful.
And you remember who came to your defense?
And I love Nene.
Say what?
Who came to your defense in that stream was it was Hello Starlight. They were all defending.
Well, they were defending me. They were defending me because at that time, they could come to me and say, "Hey, let's do something about this person, or let's do this and let's do that," and I would do it. I was a bulldog.
They were your biggest defenders, though.
Yeah. Now, Hello, I'm blocked in her chat. She won't talk to me. She tried to say that I said.
Everybody has the right to block whoever.
Yeah. I get that, but she told me that I said bad things about her, and I never did, and I never will.
No, and you have never, to be honest with you, and I've talked to you privately, you've never said a bad thing about her.
Hey, you two.
Or Ash274 or 180.
Hey, you two. I gotta run because I gotta go.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We're still doing this school at home, so I had time before that they went to school. So I just thought I'd come and say hi.
Okay.
All right.
Love you.
Love you guys. I'll be in the chat at least.
Okay.
So.
As far as 180, me and him have had words, but I've never said anything bad.
Well, I'm saying you've never said anything bad about any of them to me.
No. I like 180.
Or you really haven't ever said anything bad about Laura. You've never said anything bad about Molly Golightly. You've never said anything bad about anybody, really.
Not really. No.
Not to me.
As far as 180 goes, I like 180. We had an argument, and that's where it was, and that's where it's left at. I like 180 just because we had an argument for a few days. Doesn't mean I don't like the guy. He can say whatever he wants. I will argue with somebody if they're coming at me, but I don't have any ill will towards 180 at all. I like him. If he chooses not to talk to me, that's cool. But I figure it was just a simple argument, and that's where it stays. Period. And
here's the thing with me. Okay, my thing is, if I don't think someone's good for my peace of mind, I just block. I don't go into their chats. I don't bother them. I don't say bad things about them because it doesn't do me any good.
No, I don't want to. I don't like to continue arguments. I like for the argument to happen one day,
and end it,
and then end. And as far as Hello Starlight goes, I will never insult her. I will never say anything bad about her. I may say what I don't like.
You've always said nice things about her.
No, because I remember when she first came on, and she was going at Molly, and she just had a little small channel. Mm-hmm. And I know that she wants to be popular on YouTube. It makes her happy. And she's going to do whatever it takes to make herself popular on YouTube. That makes her happy. It's her therapy. So I don't want to do anything to discredit her. Hello Starlight will always get a pass from me, no matter what she says or does. That one she will always get. Now some of the other ones I've said mean stuff about Ash 274, but I could be in a chat with her and bicker with her and not say anything incredibly rude about her. You know what I mean? Ash used to be one of my biggest white knighters. And then FOD came along, and I'm this bad person, according to FOD. So, but FOD's okay. Call people's jobs and gifts out, CPS. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of FOD, but I won't I think she can be funny. I think she's good at making videos. Do I think she tries to poke the bear sometimes?
Well, that's what she does.
That's not my business. It's not my channel.
She is a professional at drama.
Yeah.
And that's what she's doing.
A lot of people are, because that's what gets the views, Brian. Come on.
Right. She's a professional at drama. And if you're going to come into the drama community and claim to be in the drama community, you need to do it right. And FOD is doing it right. There is no hold barred with her. She's a professional at drama. That's why her name is full on drama. So in that aspect, you have to give her credit because she is the queen of drama at this point. Everyone talks about her, and that's what you want when you're going to be in drama. That's what you want. Laura used to hold that crown.
I think the queen of drama is MFW. I really
no.
I think she is. She can drag people with the best of them.
All she does is get loud and say stuff that doesn't make any sense.
That's what drama is, Brian.
She's the queen of nasty, but she's not funny.
And watch a panel. No.
You have to be funny. She's not funny.
Can be.
A lot of people watch FOD because she's funny.
She is funny.
She can be funny if you're not on the receiving end of her funniness.
If you're not on the receiving end of her videos,
I could do that too. And like I said,
who started the whole Chucky thing. When everybody was calling me Chucky.
Well, I'm the one that started the Peter Brady. I'm the one that started the Peter Brady thing with her. But like I said, you got to be funny.
Brian, here's the thing with that is she embraced that.
Yeah, she's smart.
Picture of Peter Brady up.
Yeah, so what can we do?
You have to be able to laugh at yourself.
I've done that too. Well, that
out there, you're going to be,
it's just
have to get used to taking hits.
Well, Carla, that's the best way to kill you being called Peter Brady, is to just accept it, put it up. Right. Like if you started putting up Chucky as your profile, people will stop calling you that. It's reverse psychology, and it works very well.
It doesn't bother me Like it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Well, the only reason that they call you Chucky is because you have red hair. You know.
Well, it was actually the video that she did make of me, and I'm calling her a she because she's married, okay? And to me, she doesn't tell me what she wants to be called, whether it's male or female. So to me, she's a female.
She is a female, and she lives her life as a female. She made a comment on a panel that she blows her husband every morning, and then she can do whatever she wants.
Hey, Ginger Locks.
And people that want to live as a male don't blow other males. Period. She outed herself.
Well, actually, that's not true, Brian.
Well, like I said, she said on a panel out of her own mouth that she blows her husband every morning, and then she can do whatever she wants for the rest of the day. That is not a person that identifies as a man to me. Might be a person that identifies as a gay man.
Oh, if she came to me and said, I identify as a male, then I would show her the respect of calling her by that gender.
Well, what if she came to you and said, I identify as a lamp?
That doesn't even make sense, Brian.
It does make sense.
I take no pleasure in hurting anyone. I will never understand people who spend their days on YouTube dragging and fighting with strangers. No.
I tell you,
it's a thing. It is a thing.
As a straight man, this is what I respect when it comes to other genders. If someone tells me that they identify as a male or a female and they're making every effort to be that, like we all know Shauna, and I respect, because Shauna has made every effort to become what she feels. Yeah. Every effort, all aspects of her
life. With Shauna, here's a funny story with Shauna. She used to come in my chat and, every morning she does come in my chat. She's one of my moderators. She's one of my dear friends. But I never, until Jen had a panel and she was up on the panel, I had no idea she was transgender.
I didn't either. And I like the fact that Shauna is open about it, and if people that don't understand it have questions, she answers it.
Many people don't know FOD in here.
That's a female to me. Shauna is a female to me because she has became a female.
But there's a whole community of transgender on here. And like Rosie, I have never known Rosie to be anything but female, so I call her a female.
Well, here's an example.
I care less what's between your legs or what you identify as. I care what's in your heart. Yes.
Well, here's an example. If FOD identifies as a male and she makes out with her husband and has sex with her husband, does that make him gay? Because he doesn't claim to be gay.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Actually, that's her business.
I think it's all for controversy. FOD is FOD to me. She's just FOD.
A lot of people in this chat don't know who FOD is either.
Yeah. FOD is a very funny person. She's very clever.
Funny. She's very good at making videos.
She's very articulate.
Like, here's the thing. Can you take anybody that you say you're not getting along with and say something nice about them, no matter who they are?
Yeah, because that helps you.
Something nice about anybody. There's not anybody that I know on YouTube that's 100% evil.
FOD also has a good voice. But as far as the video making, she's very clever at it. But I did videos that were similar to hers because she uses music and movie clips and sayings and stuff like that. And she's very clever. So I did a channel that was just like FOD's, wants to put up a few videos, and everybody thought it was her, just to see if I could do it. But her style of making videos and her cleverness and the thought that she puts into it is very, very well done. She's got I
don't know how to do that. I wish I knew how to do that, But
Well,
I know
you
how
just
to
have to, like, if
screen
you get a,
record. I know how to screen record. I just don't know how to do a clip. Like, I don't know how to do a clip. I really don't.
what you do is you like it. Let's say you have a thought about let's say a movie scene that you saw somewhere, and it fits with whatever topic. You go find that movie scene and you screen record it, and then
Yeah, but my screen record always leaves a little thing on it, like where you start with screen recording. And I want to get a program that doesn't show that. You know what I mean?
You have to buy Screencast-O-Matic, and it's really cheap.
Let me write that down because you can't get it on certain devices, right?
Well, I've always used it on my PC. So
What is it? Cast-O-Matic?
Screencast-O-Matic, yeah, and it takes out all those other things. I mean, I could do them. I used to put up some really good parody videos that were insultive but funny, and I just don't feel the urge to do that any longer. I could do it.
Yeah, I want to learn how to do that.
I don't feel the urge to pick at people, so I just give my opinion and I try to do it in a respectful way anymore. I would love to panel up with full on drama and just have a lot of.
I thought you had done that.
I have, but she usually gets insulted and runs
and you've been on every panel.
Oh, I've had some great lives. I had a live one time that had Diane, Kay Smalls, Vinny G. I had all the heavy hitters on there one time. It was epic live. It was really.
Have you heard from Pookie, by the way, speaking of people?
She emailed me and she said, well, what's going on? What do you, because I sent out for her to email me. And I told her, I said, Pookie, you just need to come clean with this because too many people know the truth. And I haven't heard from her since. And she took her channel down.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Because anybody can be forgiven, I think.
Well, she did say that she asked people to stop putting her PayPal in, but that's not true because you would let her put it in here.
Yeah, I modded her up, so she could put it in here.
She continuously put her PayPal in here. The love of money it's a bad thing. But I did my research on Pookie and
Rocky asked Brian, "Can you get me so I can get you later? I'm driving."
What do they mean?
I guess he means, can you sub to him so he can sub to you later?
If you leave a comment, see, you can't do it anymore from just the chat, but let me see. Let me copy that. If I copy that name.
He was driving.
If I copy that name, let me see if I'll put it in the YouTube and see if his channel comes up. And then I can come back to this and then I can do that.
It's Rocky Bayou Mountain Man.
Yeah. Mountain Man. Let me see.
Mountain Man.
Then I'll come back over. Oh, U.S. Army vet. Oh, yeah. There, I got that. Okay. I got that. I'm going to check it out later on.
I'm trying to get a screen recording app, and I can't.
Looks like a very kind man.
Hey, Chroma Junkie. Jumpy. I was saying Chroma Jumpy.
Jumpy.
This morning. I hope you get your package today. I'm so bummed because I mailed something to Misbehaving almost 3 weeks ago, and she still hasn't got it. I'm so bummed about that.
My channel is just my name, just like you see in the chat.
Brian St. John. Yep.
It's not a big channel like it used to be.
Do you still have the other channel? What do you call it? What's the other one? Skittles?
Skittlepox? Yeah, but I don't do anything on it. Skittlepox was my drama channel that I would put things on that I didn't care if it got struck or not. I still pop in people's chats though if they block me and I tease them with Skittlepox, so they block me again.
Why did they block you? Wait a minute. Why did they block you?
People that have me blocked, if I go in under Skittlepox, they'll block me again. Like I said, Hello Star's got me blocked. I haven't done anything.
I have one. I guess it's a troll account. It's another account that I just used to see if I just
I do have
can't see
one.
somebody
I
and I
do
want to
have
see
an.
it, but
I do have an
they're up there.
account. Like
They're
this,
talking about me. 'Cause I'm
this is
heavy.
how you know if you're blocked. Well, this is how you know if you're blocked. Sometimes you don't know if you're blocked or not. You go in under your main channel, and you put a comment in the chat. Then you switch over to your alt, and then you look and see if
And
the comment from your main channel is there. And if it's not there, you know you're blocked. I have an account that I use for that,
oh,
and that's how I know who's got me blocked. Brian type.
when people help you out financially, the least you can do is say thank you. I haven't found anyone who donated to her that received a thank you. I didn't get one.
I didn't either.
I mean, I didn't donate a lot to her, you know. It was just like a token amount, but I did feel bad for her, so I did donate something.
Yeah, and we took her at face value, and
I did. I mean, I had no idea that it was.
she would panel up with me, and I was trying to help her network, and I just took her at face value. I never asked for any proof of anything.
I never did either.
And, you know, when Kay Smalls brought it out, hey, we might want to take a look at this, you know, it raises questions. So if people are asking for money for a cause on here, you need to come with why you need it, proof of why you need it, and then you'll get more help.
Did Laura call this out a year ago? Because I heard her say that she called.
Yes, she did.
Called it out a year ago.
Yes, she did.
I mean, like her or not like her, Laura, she's.
Well, Laura can spot a scam. Laura can spot a scam anywhere because she does it. Laura can spot that.
But she was right about Blondie McBlonde.
Yeah, she's right about a lot of stuff. She's not always wrong.
No.
There's been a couple things that she was wrong about, but for the most part, Laura, when it comes to personalities on YouTube, she's been correct. Some people she knows she's not correct about, but she still runs with it because it brings her views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'll give her that.
She's not the worst person on YouTube. She really isn't. She's losing her ground at this point.
What's that mean? Oh, being the worst person on YouTube?
She's losing her ground. She's not as popular as she used to be.
Hmm.
I do think, and God love my former friends, you know, like Manda and Hello Starlight and Lanky Tor and Ash 274 and 180.
Support her now.
Yeah, Laura showed you guys all who the boss is. Because if you can't beat them, join them. She got you. I remember.
It's good, like, not to continue fighting.
No.
Like, I think it's good not to continue fighting.
All right, if they don't want to continue fighting, then why am I blocked on Mandolins? Why am I blocked on Hello Starlight?
Well, they're all mad at you.
I don't know why they're mad at me. I didn't do anything. I never did anything. All I did was speak out against.
Ask them.
All I did was speak out against how can you guys join up with FOD, and you know, that's all I did. Never did anything to any of them. And then 180 came at me, and I came back at him.
Morning, Jim.
So, you know, I think a part of being, you know, hey, if you want to join me, Laura says, you have to get rid of Brian. I think that's a lot of it.
Oh, really? Oh, was that a thing?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, but you and Laura were friendly.
I really liked Laura in the beginning when I watched her. You know, I used to watch her. I see her on Facebook just making little videos, and then she got a little popular in crime. I really liked Laura at that point. We were friendly, and then she saw that drama is where it is, and you have to step on other people to get to the top of drama. You have to step on other people to get there, and I was doing it too.
Mariska says, why are people mad at you? Some people need to grow up.
Well, they have to be mad at me. They have no choice to be mad at me. But in order to get to the top of drama, you have to step on other people to get to the top. I was doing that too. I was dragging people left and right. My channel views went up, up, up. My subs went up, up, up. Yeah, I had more than what Laura had, sub-wise. But I didn't feel good about every day picking at somebody that most of the time, a lot of times they didn't deserve it. They were just coming at me a little bit. But I was good at drama. I was good at it. And
Mhm.
these other drama people, they couldn't have that. The super chats that were coming to me needed to come to them. So let's create this Brian that nobody likes that has done this, and that. Let's just kill
But
his.
Brian, you have to own that you were pretty mean.
Oh
Come
yeah,
on.
I could be pretty mean, but I
Could
didn't.
be nasty.
But I didn't pick people randomly.
But people can change.
But I didn't pick people randomly. Most of the time, you had to do something to me to get me on a rant. But the truth of the matter is, like I used to pick on Tracy all the time, but Tracy would pick at me back. And now that we stopped doing that to each other, you know, we don't do that to each other. We just don't. And me and Nini's good, and we don't do that to each other. People
You
know.
know, and I hear stuff about myself too. Like I recycle friends. I've been friends with Ginger Locke's mom for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's not recycling a friend.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. There's very few people I consider my friends.
You got to look at you got to look at who's telling you that you recycle friends, who are
I know.
now recycling friends.
Well, what do you think of someone that's come up on your panel and you've never done anything to them, and they say they apologize for being on your panel?
I think that
because of what someone else said.
Honesty, I know what you're talking
I have
about.
no respect to that for that person because
Okay,
they
I know
expect
what you're talking about.
unconditionally believed, and yet they're apologizing to people for being on my panel.
Well, it goes further than that
You
because
know who I'm talking about.
yes, because that person also said, well, I didn't know the situation, so I thought that I would go over to Carla's panel and mow it over. But the situation was never discussed by that person.
No.
Never.
No,
So
they just went into a chat and took for granted that everything that was said was real.
Never, like I said, that person said that they thought they would come over to your panel to mow the situation over between you and this other person. But that person that came over here never discussed the situation. So how are you trying to mow it over? So in effect, that person lied to the other person that they were speaking about because they didn't come over here to mow it over here. They came over here because we all had a good time and we joked and we laughed. And that situation was never discussed because like you said, like that person said, I never knew the situation. But then later on, they said, I only came to Carla's to mow the situation over. Okay, if you didn't know the situation till now, then how can you say that you went over there to mow it over? Because you didn't know it.
What bothers me is you go to someone's chat and you believe, and that's what I have a problem with in that chat, is that these people are believing everything that's said about me without coming to me. Because like I've said before, if you're going to be mad at me for something I did to you. Not something that someone that says I've done something to you.
Carla, when you understand it like this, you say these people believe. Sometimes they don't really believe it, but they just go with what's popular at the time. They don't really believe it.
That's even worse.
Just go with the flow, and I'm not going to be that person. I'm just not going. I've done that before.
Well, if you want to be popular, the thing to do is not talk to me because I am the most unpopular person on YouTube, and I've never done anything to people.
You're not the most. See, you like to come on and do live so you can socialize with people. That people, and you got to go for quality over quantity. Some people take quantity.
Brian, I've lost 60 subs since this person went live about me, Discord.
And my channel right now, I've got 472 subs. I used to have 5,000 more than that.
I remember that.
If you're going to take very well as a man in the drama community, I was doing very well as far
Carla, you don't think that hero has an agenda? Deflection at its finest. Exactly. Well, here's the thing. If you want to be believed unconditionally, but yet you're going into another chat and you're believing what someone else says about me, and you won't come to me and talk to me, then why should I believe you?
I can tell you, as far as that particular individual goes, the persona that particular individual puts off on here is likable. But when you get caught up in some crap, you're going to lose some of that likability. But I have
no likability.
Oh, yes, you do. People are, I think more, Carl, people are just afraid to come over here because you're not so popular right now.
People are afraid to come over here because if you're seen in my chat, then you're known as, like, you know, people will use that against you.
Well,
I know exactly what it is.
There are a lot of sad individuals that are on here that you know that it's not really them. You know, like I honestly believe with Hello Starlight that it's a character that she portrays on YouTube that she does, but it's not really her. It's like when Jerry Springer got off the stage, he was Jerry Springer, the person, not Jerry Springer, the actor. And I honestly believe that.
Oh my God, what a good analogy!
Right, I honestly believe, and I've told her,
Jerry Springer show.
I have told Hello Starlight, I know this isn't really you, because you know she's putting off what is. It's the Hello Starlight show. Come on, it's like when these actors do a movie.
Well, she hasn't been around that much lately.
Yeah, because people.
I wouldn't allow. Here's the thing about that. Like, if a troll came in and had a nasty name about her, and I know there's been some nasty troll names, I would not allow it in my chat. That's just the way
I wouldn't allow it either.
No matter who it is, whether I like it or not.
And I can say this. I can say this straight out, and I've said this to Hello Starlight. If you put out a comment that says, "Go ahead and dox me," I don't care, and then you get doxed, don't cry about it. Seriously.
Well, I don't think there should be any doxing on YouTube. None.
But I also don't.
Real you, Carla. So it wouldn't make any sense to us to believe them.
I honestly, God, I do not think that Mandy Bell is a dangerous person. I think that if you mess with her on YouTube, then she is going to come with facts.
Are we talking about Smokey? No.
No.
I
like Smokey.
I like Smokey too.
I like Smokey enough to leave him be. I talk to him once in a while.
I think, didn't he just lose his grandmother, or someone in his family passed away? And my prayers go out to him. So
yeah, I like Smokey, and I talk to him. I
like Smokey too.
I talk to him off here.
He used to come in here. He doesn't come in here anymore.
Yeah, because it's not popular. But if I go into Smokey's chat, he will shout me out, "Hey, Brian St. John, what's up, my bro?" And I don't want people picking at him for that. I don't. I like Smokey.
Well, that's why I don't go in. You don't see me in a lot of chats lately. I'm not going to start trouble in anybody's chat.
He told me the other day, he said, "If you come into my chat, I'll bring you up on panel and I'll shout you out." And I said, "I'm not going to do that, Smokey. I don't want you to get people picking at you." Our friendship is mostly off of YouTube because he's doing his thing and it makes him happy. So who am I going to, if I go over there and slide a wrench into what he's doing, that makes him happy. That's not cool of me to do that. If I didn't want to talk to Smokey, I got his number. He's got my number. We can talk to each other outside of it, and that way people can't pick apart our conversation, or whatever. But I'm not, to this day, like if he does a live and I go in there, he will shout me out. He'll bring me up on a panel, and that just causes.
Don't talk about you on another panel, Carla. You talk about this all the time, but don't tell who it is. No, because I'm not giving them any
Hi, Jen, everyone.
To go after me. Hey, Jen.
Exactly, Jen.
I know that YouTube is for entertainment person, has only orchestrated even to grab viewers, even spun out of control because a well thought out storyline turned into chaos.
Dun da da.
Dun da da da. Wah, wah, wah.
You see Jen around in different places too. I stuck up for her too with somebody's.
I wish I could go into everybody's chat, but I know I can't because I'm just gonna.
Well, what you do? Yeah, just make a troll name that everybody loves, and then you go in everybody's chat and do that for about a year, and then bam, This is the person.
Well, see, I don't want to have to do that. I have my own name, so I don't want to have to do that. So if I can't go into a chat without being
I've done it before.
Ostracized or can you give us a hint at least? Hibbs, no, I'm not, because that's just like starting something, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
They know who they are. They knew who said what. They didn't bring me up on a panel, by the way. They talked about me on a panel and apologized.
Hibbs, you won't get a lot
You're
of drama over
here
here.
for the drama.
You'll get a little bit, but not much. You'll get more discussion over here than drama.
It's a discussion more than drama.
I can say honestly,
it's just like, if you're gonna judge me for something I did to you. Don't judge me for what someone else said I did.
Right. I can say honestly, these people, even the people that for the last almost 3 years now, even the people that have came at me, they were my friends at one time, they're not my friend now. All these people, I don't want anything bad to happen to any of these people, because I look forward to that point in time
and do the right thing. No matter what it is.
Sometimes I want to hear what Laura's got to say. Sometimes I want to hear what Fod's got to say. Sometimes I want to hear what Amanda's got to say.
Well, here's the thing. I go into a lot of chats and just lurk and listen.
Yeah, because you do, even if it's on a negative level.
If it's about me and they're bashing me, then I don't want to go into that chat. I don't want to hear. Why do that to yourself? Why do that to yourself?
You do develop a relationship with these people that you know. It's like when you were in high school, you had people that you didn't like and people that you did like, but you still didn't necessarily want anything bad to happen to people that didn't like you or you didn't like them.
I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone.
No, if something happened to Laura that was justified bad, or Amanda Lynn, or FOD even, if something really bad happened, to them in their life, I would show my respect for that. But then maybe later on I'd go back to whatever. But
well, here's the thing. This is like at a funeral when someone's treated real poorly, and then you see the people at the funeral saying, "Well, they were such a nice person." No.
Can you imagine what YouTube would be like if everybody liked everybody?
I think it'd be boring.
It would be kind of boring. People love.
But then on the other hand, Brian, what is the point of just, like being nasty? Like what do you see? What do you see about entertainment in that? Like I've gone into chats and muted the host or the panel and just read the chats, and I've seen some pretty nasty stuff. And sometimes the chat is worse than the panel.
Well, because people hate themselves so much that they get off on picking at someone else.
And that's who I have issues with more than the people on the panel a lot of times.
A lot of people that are just nasty like that for no reason.
I disagree. Why do you disagree, Misbehaving? No, but if you read the chat, sometimes it's. Oh, do you think it's orchestrated?
A lot of it's orchestrated. I know that for a fact.
How do you know that?
Because I've been part of scripted drama before. I know how it works.
Oh, God.
Where people pretend like they're mad at each other and they're really not.
If you have to script drama for views, there's something like really pathetic about it.
Well, it's entertainment. It's just entertainment.
It's still pathetic.
It depends on who you are. Yeah.
I'm forever grateful, Brian, for what you did. I was just trying to stick up for nasty creator in Justin Junkyard. He launched an attack on me a VCD week.
Yeah,
after my dad passed away. I don't know what she's talking about, Brian.
She's talking about I forget his name. That Justin.
He's in Justin Junkyard.
No, it was I forget his last name now.
Oh, Misbehaving says getting along is boring.
That Justin.
He disagrees that
what
getting along is boring.
What was that guy's name? Justin something or other. I forget his name.
Orchestrated for money. I believe that some of it is orchestrated just for money.
But
How's it going, Carla? Hope all is well. Haven't seen you in a stream in a while. Oh yeah, I'm up. I'm up and running again. I kind of got off of, I took a little break because it was
he was picking on her for no reason, really. I think she made a comment.
Justin Katz?
Yeah, she made a comment that he didn't like, and he launched an attack on her. And I didn't know her that well at the time. I just knew that she never caused any trouble, and she was nice to people most of the time. So I stuck up for her with him. I stuck up for Laura and Molly and all them other women that he was going at too. And in the end, they made me look like the bad guy. So I felt sorry for that guy too, because I knew that he had something going on with him that wasn't right, and he needed to not be encouraged to do the things that he was doing. And it was like people were.
And then after Jen, who would go after Jen? She's such a sweetie.
She doesn't bother anybody.
That's what I mean. Like, who would go after her?
She made a comment like, "You shouldn't be doing this on YouTube," or something like that. And he went at her hard.
I actually used to like Justin. That's when I hated a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I messaged Laura about him.
But then looking back at some of his videos, they were kind of mean-spirited.
I felt like people, he obviously had some kind of challenge, and I felt like people were encouraging him in a bad, negative way.
I was one of those people.
Yeah.
I'll admit.
And I got a lot of hate because basically, he started coming after me. And I told him, I said, dude, you do not want. He came to my chat and started messing with me. I said, dude, you do not want to play with me. I said, because I'm not the one. And then he would drag me and drag me and drag me, and I dragged him so good. I said, this is how you drag somebody, Justin. And then I dragged him.
Jen says, I unsubbed from a lot of channels a couple weeks ago where I don't feel welcome because I'm friends with people they don't like. It's their loss.
Yeah. But
I unsubbed a lot of channels myself.
I dragged that Justin to the point where he was literally in tears.
I go to any chat I like, says they like to stir up drama to make money. A job would be easier. A job would be easier and more productive.
Much easier. Oh, I gotta put some sugar in the tea.
I've seen some drama channels that, not in this community, but some drama channels that are funny drama. But the drama that I've seen lately is just mean. And I just can't, be a part of it. I just can't be a part of it anymore. And it's not just because I'm so unpopular, because I am.
You're not that unpopular.
I'm pretty unpopular. It's not the popular. Okay. Here's the thing. It's unpopular to be seen in my chat.
Good.
Okay?
Good.
But then here's my thing. Okay. If it's unpopular to be seen in my chat, then don't be talking about me in other people's chat.
It's popular to talk about unpopular people.
And it's unpopular for me to be friends with you because what was the thing? Brian and Bangs or something? Brian and Bangs, because look at me. I got bangs. Got bangs.
Come on. I don't care what people, those people think.
But I've been friends with Brian, and I went on a panel and someone tried to get me to say I wasn't friends with Brian. And I held my ground. I said, I am friends with Brian. And that's it.
Rolf dog guy. He come on there, so you're friends with a doxer? And she goes, I don't like the doxing, but Brian's my friend. So you're friends with a doxer. Brian's my friend. She did not back down. But
no,
not too long after that, Ross Dog did a live about me. He said, Brian, I've got all of your information here, including your family members. So he had all my information. Yet he was calling me a doxer.
You told me that everybody has your information.
Everybody does.
Doesn't care what strangers think. No, I don't. I have a close, small circle of friends that I care about. Each and every, Brian, you know who they are. Each and every one of them. I would trust them with my life. I would trust them. I don't think twice about putting anything up. I don't think that they're going to screenshot it and use it against me. And that's the kind of people that I surround myself with. Not a big group. It's a little group.
I'm
not worried about them.
Here's the thing, though, about when Ross Dog was going at you, right? When he was going at you, he was kind of popular back then.
Oh, my gosh. He was
but now look at his videos. Now look, he's nobody.
I don't see them at all around anywhere. But
he
yeah,
he sure didn't get away with.
He tried to get me to say I wasn't friends with Brian, and I'm like, he's my friend. Because he said, so you're a friend with the doxer. He's my friend. So you're friends with a wife abuser. He's my friend.
No,
I don't believe that anyway.
He knows because she knows that I don't abuse my wife.
Hate bonding is what they enjoy. Yeah, hate bonding is a thing on you. It's a real thing on YouTube.
You notice a lot of these people that come on here to pick at me, their marriages are in shambles or they don't have one, and they pick at me and Nicole, call me an abuser, but they don't. Their marriage are in.
I think they pick at you about your religion. They pick at you about your job. They pick at you about your house. They pick at you, and I hate seeing it. And like I said yesterday, I said it bothers us as your friends to see our friends get bashed all the time, and it's all the time.
They can pick at me whatever they want.
Something, even if your name's off, like, oh, Brian, they'll bring your name up. Even if
I like it when people say, well, Brian, you've done some pretty bad things. I really haven't. I've kind of defended myself aggressively, but I did not sign up for YouTube to find out who I could mess with every day. That wasn't my intention ever. But if somebody comes messing with me at that point, they're going to get full force.
Well, you were a bulldog. You have to admit that.
I was good at.
You were a bulldog for people, Brian. Come on.
I was good at the drama.
I remember you saying though, and this is at one point when I was a patron of Laura's, and I remember you saying, no matter what someone will say to you or come to me, I will defend Hello Starlight. Always. She'll always be my friend. And you have.
I do. I care about
defend
her. See, a good friend will tell you the truth sometimes when you don't want to hear it. But what I'm not going to do is insult Hello Starlight. I'm not going to, I might say, like I remember all the bad things that she said about Laura. Laura put her picture up. She doxed her. She's called her Methy Ann. And I'm sorry. I think that it's hypocritical that she's over there at Laura's now, but that's her problem.
Well, Brian, I don't really see anything other than everybody's trying to get along, so I really don't mind that.
Again,
Laura's no, because I know how Laura feels about me.
If everybody's trying to get along, how come they haven't subbed to Mandy Bell?
I don't know.
No, because they can't beat Laura.
I think Mandy Bell's channel is gone. I tried to go there the other day, even though I'm not welcome there.
They can't beat Laura.
No, there's a big conspiracy out that I'm planned something on Mandy Bell. That never happened.
Kudos to Laura. Kudos to Laura. They can't beat her, so they had to join her.
You must hop on the hate train or you'll be ostracized. Good thing I don't need YouTube strangers to validate me. Exactly.
And look, if Laura gets mad at any one of them, she's going to go right back to Methy Ann and talking trash about them. So it's all.
I think she really, to give her credit, I think she really wants to get along with them. Right now, I think her main focus is on the truth and all of those people.
Okay, if Laura really wants peace and she really wants to get along with them, then when am I going to be on her panel?
I don't think she wants to get along with you.
Right. She doesn't really want peace.
I don't think she wants to get along with you. Hang on, Brian. I'll be right back.
She doesn't want to be told like it is by me. That's why they block me. They don't want me to come over there with any type of truth or any type of logic or any type of reality. So, man, we gotta get rid of that guy. He's too much like real. Carla just disappeared on me. She is She is. I don't know what she did. I'm just having my tea. I am drinking celestial seasonings. So I might be quiet for a minute too. So I don't even know how to hold a chat anymore like I used to. I've had the most I've ever had in my chat at one time.
Brian, I'm here.
Yeah, the most I ever had in my chat at one. I had 780 some in my chat at one time.
Oh, I go to any chat I like. Says much of them are sociopaths. They rely on YouTube people to speak with because they do not have anyone in real life, or they just enjoy dragging people. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what the entertainment is in it. I don't know what I will not watch a channel that's posting screenshots. As soon as they say they're going to post a screenshot, I'm out of there. Done.
Because they're taken out of content. I really do.
Well, they notice when someone does that, they never show their part of the conversation. They always show the other person's part of the conversation.
Yeah.
If she really wanted to, she would stop inserting herself into things that is none of her business.
I do think that Laura owes Makeup Mobster an extreme apology. Not for the clip coming up, but for the Adventures Unknown video afterwards. I feel terrible for Makeup Mobster.
I don't know what happened. I never watched it.
I don't think she. I don't think
watch that
has
person.
She been back since that happened? Has she done? Has Makeup Mobster been back?
I don't know, but I don't really want to talk about that because I think it's unfortunate and I feel bad for her. Yeah. And I think we should stop talking about it because people need to let it go.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because it was very, very unfortunate. And I believe it was an accident.
It was. But anyway.
I was on the hate train and I regret ever doing that. It turned me into someone that wasn't me. I was on a hate train too. I mean, I thought it was funny, and then I reevaluated my situation myself, and it's like, stupid. That was gross. That is not a friend. No. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think Makeup Mobster just wants to move on from this. She handled it better than I would. I'd be off YouTube for like ever.
You know? I haven't seen her back since then. I'd like to see her back.
You know what I do denounce though is the clip channels. I mean, God, do not clip stuff like that. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you could get like any kind of pleasure in clipping something like that. And we're not.
It's controversial.
It because I really don't.
I mean, people vent like that if someone they don't like does something silly or gets yourself in a compromising position, then that's how that person that they don't like, that's how they
don't follow their hate train. You are a bad person according to them. You must fall in line. Oh, well, that's why I'm so hated. You know? I'm so used to it. I
don't think you're hated, Carla.
Well, I'm like, hi, Creative Revival.
I think if you came on here tomorrow and you started dragging people really good and screaming and hollering, hooting and hollering, your subs would go up, up, up. Take a look. Now, here's an example.
It would go up, but at what cost, Brian?
Right.
Hurt somebody?
At the cost of someone else's feelings. But you take a look. If you look at my channel right now and you look at all the positive videos that I got, they get less views than if I'm on there talking about someone else. That's what people want to hear. That's what people want. That's what they're always
doing. You want to build your channel that way. Okay. So go up here and scream and yell like a banshee and scream and call people names. Okay. If that's a way to get subs, thank you. You can have your subs.
Yeah. Well, the way to get stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
The way to get subs is to become Stephanie Harlow.
I'm laughing my ass out. Imagine ignoring me because I'm right. Can't be me. Not understanding what you mean. Vanilla stars. I just don't want to. I don't want to hurt. I don't even want to hurt anybody's feelings that I don't particularly care for, because it doesn't give me any pleasure.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
These groups are toxic. They will shun you if you're not in the same headspace as them. They don't go up, up, up. There's like a ceiling in this community when you do drama. It's like you're going to get to 10,000 if you're lucky. So I don't want to, though. That's the thing is, you can call me names, Carla. I don't care. I'm just saying, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even do it to Brian. Brian and I could stage a fight, and we would have 100 people in here.
It's been done before. There's been fights that I've been in.
All of a sudden, I start screaming at Brian and calling him every name in the book, and people would be in here.
Because people want to see that.
Because people want to see that.
I'm going to tell you what.
Carla's mad at Brian.
Nobody is going to.
There's a good show.
I hope people, the clips that are out there of me losing my temper, I hope people keep them forever because it's not going to be seen again. It's not going to happen again. I'm not going to let these people on here get me to that point at all anymore, ever again, because that's not me. It never was me. I just, like I said, I was on YouTube for 11 years before I ever went live. Then I started going live, and I started seeing that I had a knack for this drama stuff. My subs, and I ran with that.
Good morning, Candy Morgan returns.
Yeah, I ran with that, and I only did it for maybe a year and a half or so. I did not feel good about, even if I got out on somebody really good, and people were like, "Man, that was awesome, that was so funny," but I never really slept as good as I do now. Because I'm not that type of person. I have a gift of being able to forgive someone.
Well, I know, and it's not popular for men to say this, but for me, I've cried all my tears out over people that I thought were my friends for almost 2 weeks straight. And I'm done crying. I'm done.
Oh, I got really emotionally upset with Hello Starlight. The other ones didn't matter so much, but with Hello Starlight, because I thought she was my ride or die, and it upset me. But at the same time, now that time has gone on, if you care about someone, you just
Misbehaving, says Brian, I want to publicly apologize for letting others skew my opinion of you. I'm really glad I've gotten to know you.
Well, thank you, Misbehaving.
That's nice.
The thing with Hello Starlight is, I care about her and I want her to be happy, so I'm not going to steal her joy.
Candy said, I disliked Brian up until 6 months ago, for 3 years knowing him.
Yeah. I'm serious. I
really do think that you have, if people got to know the real you, they would really like you, because if they saw him as a father, how he is with his kids, that we get to see behind the scenes, you would see a different person than what you saw maybe a year ago of Brian.
Yeah.
It's so different. How he is. I'll tell you this, and I will say this unequivocally. Brian does not wear the pants in his family. Believe me.
It took honest effort, Creative Revival, to be scary. It took effort for me to do that. I think that I just became what YouTube wanted me to become in drama. And I think I did it fairly well. And then once people got me to where I was getting lots of subs and making money, they were like, wait a minute.
You remember that time, Brian, where people were afraid that you were going to have a heart attack? You went up. And I remember this so well, and I didn't like you at that time. I did not like you. And to Ginger Lock's mom credit, she goes, I wish you would give Brian a chance, because I've gotten to know Brian, and I really, really like him.
Yeah.
But I remember you were up on your panel, and you were screaming. I mean, your face, your neck.
So mad.
And he goes, what does everybody want? Do they want me to have a heart attack? And people were afraid for you.
Yeah, well, Laura got me to that point, and like I said, she was just going on and calling me names left and right. And I was like, no, that's not how you do it. If you want to, we were trying to work a situation out. I mean, Laura, so I brought her over to the panel, and she graced me with her presence on my panel. And she started right off.
Look at all the problems you had with Ninny C. You had problems with a lot of people that have seen a different side of you.
Oh, I adore Ninny C.
He clearly popped a brain in his damn head. It was one of the times that I watched him that I really, not at that time, did not particularly care for Brian, and I actually felt bad for him because I felt like my heart went out to him.
Well,
What I meant by stealing is, I think drama as content will limit you to a small audience. There's only so many people who are sadistic, are worthy of all good things. Happy holidays, everyone. You too, Jen.
Thank you, Jen. Laura,
I've been in my own drama fights, so I'm lost about. Yeah, well, we're not really going to talk about the unfortunate accident because
Laura had me so mad because she kept calling me names, and I was trying to defuse the situation. She kept calling me a freaking moron over and over again. And she goes, well, I think you're, she thought that the third time she said it, she goes, well, I think you're a freaking moron. You know, she used the other word. And I told her, I said, well, I think you're a freaking, see you next Tuesday. And then she goes, oh, now your real true colors come out. I'm like,
she uses that word all the time now.
I was like, you've been picking at me for
days. I thought you were going to stroke out because of how mad you would get.
That was Laura, that was the maddest that I've ever been. Laura did that.
But look how long you and Minnie fought, and now you guys are friendly.
I was never mad at Ninny. Ninny's good at poking.
She is funny.
I like Ninny, and I like that now that she's just being a good, funny person. She's goofy. Yeah. And I like her, and you know, I just want her to be happy too. But if somebody's coming at me, you know, I'm gonna come back.
And he says, I'm not talking about drama. I'm just saying I'm lost to others fighting. There's always going to be fighting. Trust and believe. There's always going to be fighting.
What if everybody came on YouTube and said, "Oh, I love you, and I love you too, and I love you, and you're so good, and I just love you, and I love you"? You get sick of hearing that.
You know what I would go for? I mean, I would be happy with is if people just didn't have panels of hate or hate bonds. Like, just if you have an opinion or you want to take something for fact, go to that person that you have a problem with and talk to them.
It's pathetic.
You know, talk to that person and say, I'm mad at you because of this, this, and this. Don't go into someone's chat and just automatically say, well, I don't like this person because what I'm seeing on the screen. Because just remember, when you see a screenshot, it's usually taken out of context.
Yeah, misbehaving. That's the best way to get back at somebody is to do better than them.
Yeah.
Be peaceful and not let them get to you. That makes people so mad when they can't get to you anymore.
Yep.
And and when they honestly can't get to you, when they honestly don't bother you anymore, it's very rejuvenating.
I can't stand the fake love bombing. Someone came into my chat, and I'm not going to mention her name. I'm not going to call her out. But she came in here and actually apologized to me for how nasty she had been to me. And I think it was the very next day I went into a chat, and she just went after me. And I'm like, wow. Yesterday had just...
I've seen that even with one of your mods that comes in here. They'll come in here and they'll come in here and they'll be all nice to me.
Look who's on panel.
But they'll go.
Good morning.
Good morning. Did you sleep in?
Girl, I've been sleeping in every day for the last 2 weeks. It's cold.
Doesn't it feel good?
And it's cuddly.
His voice ever.
And I have all these dogs around me. And my husband's missing, like the dogs ate him. I don't know what happened.
Is that your wake up voice?
Yeah, it's my wake up voice.
No, I think her wake up voice is more tired.
You sound just like Kirstie Alley. Girl.
Morning, y'all.
I need to go hit my knees right now.
Look who's here. Everybody's been saying, where's Miss B? Where's Miss D? Where's Miss D?
Listen.
They've missed you.
I've been chilling. I missed you. I missed all y'all. I missed you most, Carla.
I'm so glad you came up, Miss D. I'm glad you came up. And it means a lot to both of us.
Yes. Yep. Yes. I miss y'all. No, I've just been hanging out. Mom fell yesterday.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
on her
no!
butt. Yeah, she was.
Okay.
My sister and I were over there, and she was trying to. She got a new phone because she has an Apple, I think, 1.0. Not even kidding. I'm so old.
Is it like an old phone?
I think this one has a dial on it. I'm not sure, but they told her that it was having like a lot of problems, and so she called them and like cussed them out because she does that. She's like, really, they need to fix it right this minute. Doesn't matter what's wrong with it. So they told her that they were no longer going to service her phone after December 31st. So it took her like 2 weeks of conniptions to understand that it's prehistoric and it needs to go to Jesus. It's time. So she gets a new phone, candy apple red, because she's, sporty. So she has to get it switched over. And so we're working with the little guy on the phone from Verizon, and she went to go sit down, and I don't know what happened. She just fell.
Oh, did she get a brand new phone?
Yeah, she got a brand new one. But she went,
okay.
like, Steph was trying to trade places with her so she could sit and talk to the little guy on the phone. And she went to sit, and I don't know what happened. She just fell. So I called her just a minute ago, and I said, how's your back? How's your butt? She said, it's fine, but my shoulder hurts, but I got to get up and dust this house up. So I've got to
Jesus.
get my togethers here in a little bit and go over there and dust, because that's the signal.
That's
She
right.
doesn't say, come over here and dust my house. She says, I've got to get up. I'm in excruciating pain, but I have to get up and dust. Okay, I'm on my way.
Are you sure she didn't break her hip or something?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
No, she wouldn't
To
be
walk
walking
and
around.
everything.
She's
Yeah.
gonna be sore. She'll be all right.
Yeah.
She's
I told her, if you're going to land on something, it should be your head.
Didn't she fall not too long ago? She fell not too
Yeah,
long ago.
It's been about 6 months, I think.
I thought she fell not too long ago.
Yeah, it's been about 6 months.
Oh no, you fell.
Yeah,
You
no, I
I'm
fell.
sorry.
I busted my ass in my sister's bathroom.
If you landed on your butt, we know you were just fine.
Well, I've broken my tailbone before, and it bruised it, I'm sure, and it wasn't real comfortable for 2 or 3 days, but
You and
I'm
me
over
both.
it. I'm over it.
We're like I broke my toe. You almost break your tailbone again. I mean,
Right?
we're a mess. We're a freaking mess. You know what I got stuck watching this morning?
What?
I was watching courtroom antics. Like people that go
I
wild.
saw something about that, and I never watched it, but I saw
Oh
it.
my God. Some of these like families that have gone after like the defendants in there. Like it was really good to watch. I really got into it. And I've been watching Stephanie Harlow because like she had a real good one that came out yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Her. If you guys are not sub to Stephanie Harlow, sub to her. She's amazing.
If you're not sub to Stephanie Harlow, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. She is the best in true crime ever.
Yeah,
she is awesome. Such a sweet girl. And doing it right, doing it professional. She's awesome.
100% detail.
She's very professional.
She can tell you.
Hey, Kimberly. Oh, she's another one that missed you, Misty.
Hey, Kimberly. You know what? We used to date nights when I lived in Nashville when we were in high school. We would go to night court and sit in night court and watch them bring the drunks and the prostitutes. It was great. It was like live entertainment. It was better than a comedy club.
That and hoarding I've been watching lately.
Hoarding?
Before and after, how the house looks afterwards.
I know, right?
We were talking before that. Oh God, see some of these people. Oh my God, you should see their houses.
And it's like they start out like going, okay, just throw everything away. And then like an hour into, they're like, wait, what did you just throw away? That was a napkin. I need that napkin.
Yeah, I needed that. There was an address on that napkin. And then like this one, her toilet stopped working because it was plugged up and she never had like a plunger or something. I don't know what it was. But there was jugs of pee and poop in her backyard. It was just
in her backyard.
In her backyard. And these people have like hazmat suits and gas masks on. And the guy is cleaning up this stuff and he's going,
your gag. You have the best gag ever.
Oh my God. So
the best. You need to do that. Please do that to Mike because I want to see if he'll throw up.
Oh, he probably will.
He probably
I've got
will.
a weak stomach. No.
He can't stand it.
Did you know Brian is a teetotaler?
Is he?
Yes,
What I do?
he was making a cup of tea this morning.
A cup
Yes.
of tea.
I don't want coffee because I don't want to get all hyped up.
So I
Look,
was
everybody missed you, Miss Demeana.
I missed y'all too. I did.
I'm drinking some constant comment chai tea.
Ooh, chai tea.
Chai tea.
Chai tea.
So I was watching this thing on one of the plantations down here, watching them do a guided tour or whatever.
Mhm.
Nottoway. It's Nottoway Plantation right outside of New Orleans. And the tour guide said, and she had it, she showed it. It's like, you know, the giant Hershey bars, the big ones, and that you can break them off in little pieces. That's what the tea looked like then. They came in bricks, and they would import them, and one brick cost $100. So
Holy shit.
I know, right? I know they like their tea, but then they had like this thing. It's like a really pretty antique. It's like on a wooden stand in a big wooden box, like a humidor for cigars. And you put the bricks in. You get 2 bricks, one on each side. Then they had like these bowls in the middle, and you would fill them with water, and you could shut the lid and then lock it. Because if anybody broke into the house, that's probably one of the first things they would go for is the tea, because it was so expensive. But the moisture in the bowls would keep the tea fresh. Isn't that crazy? The things I learn on YouTube's.
I know that. Do you notice that? I mean, since I've been like kind of out of the drama community, there's things coming up on my feed that I never thought of watching, like the courtroom thing.
Isn't
That
it fun?
Oh my god, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
getting, like so
that
many.
came up on my news feed too, Carla, and that's why I was like, I have to watch that. And
Mhm.
then I never did.
Well,
I'm gonna
there's
have to
a
watch
bunch
it
of
now.
them too. It's like families that like just go after the defendants, and it's like so cool to watch.
Another thing that's funny is these Uber drivers put up content, you know, where people have done crazy stuff in their cars. Some of those are really funny too.
Misbehaving says, I love watching urban explorers. We know that, don't we?
Yes. Me and Miss B.
You and Miss B.
Whole room and
You're
discourse,
urban
all that
explorers.
stuff. Mm-hmm. Hoarding when the cats.
Well, and I watch a lot of paranormal stuff. Of course, I like paranormal stuff.
A lot of it's staged.
Well, you know me. I have
Okay.
ghosts.
So I'm just gonna say, who watches The Voice in here? Anyone other than me? The only
I
winner.
haven't been watching it. Why?
The Voice. I was just kind of shocked at the winner last night.
Who was the winner?
A 14-year-old boy who has an amazing voice. Don't get me wrong, but man, there were so many that were so good this year that it was like any one of them could have won, and I'd be like, "Yep, I get it."
Sometimes these people that have them.
I can watch it. I'll watch it on
like
demand.
Chris Daughtry didn't win on American Idol. Look at
Yeah. But you know, and that's the mom and I were talking about that this morning, because American Idol, you've got Carrie Underwood came from there,
Kelly Clarkson,
and what's her name?
Fantasia.
Fantasia. What?
Yeah.
She's not singing though anymore, is she?
There's another one that did Disney movies too. She was really good.
Let's see. Hold on.
Kathy something. I thought her.
Chris Daughtry was the best that came from Idol, though.
Chris Daughtry
know.
is very good. The one that replaced the Queen. What's his name? You know, the guy from Queen. Replaced him.
Yeah. Adam Sandler. No, I'm kidding.
Not Adam Sandler.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Let's see. Fantasia. Let me see who else.
Didn't Clay Aiken come from there too?
Clay Aiken.
Yes,
did
Clay
that.
Aiken came from there.
So does Ruben Studdard came from there.
Taylor Hicks. Remember Taylor Hicks?
I never liked him. I never liked Taylor Hicks.
Really?
What about the pants
I
on the ground?
never liked
guy?
him because I found out he was a dick.
The pants on the ground guy.
Scotty McCreery, also amazing.
Oh yeah, he was very good country singer.
David Archuleta. Remember David Archuleta?
Yes, he was
God, he
good.
was so good. Kelly Pickler, of course. Crazy Kelly Pickler.
I liked Kelly Pickler.
She's
I liked her
funny.
'cause she was like so down home country, like the way she talked. I tried sushi, and she was on the talk show. I tried sushi, and they asked her, "Well, what do you think of it?" And she goes, "Well, I'm not a fan."
Not a fan. Jennifer
Creative
Hudson.
revival.
Do you know what I
Jennifer
really
Hudson.
liked Kelly Pickler was when she shaved her head when her friend got cancer. She shaved her head with her friend.
She's a sweet girl. She's just a little. Listen, if y'all want to laugh, if you really, 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 I mean, just want to sit there and crack up, go look at Ellen DeGeneres and Kelly Pickler. Some of the stories that Kelly tells her, because Southerners don't ever just tell you a story. They got to go all the way around that story and then tell the story.
She was raised by her grandparents, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her parents, I think her parents, I don't know about her parents' story, but I think her dad was in jail. She had a really rough upbringing.
Yeah.
She has a talk show now.
Yep. She does. No, wait. She has a reality show, her and her husband.
Oh, do they?
It's hysterical.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
It's
gotta
so
watch
funny.
it.
But you have to go watch her on Ellen. Get clips off of YouTube from Ellen of her telling her stories. And when she does Halloween, she comes out as Dolly Parton for Halloween, but she glued her fingers together because one of her nails fell off. And she's like, look. And she's trying to pull them apart, and she can't pull them apart. They're glued. It's hysterical. She nearly wet her pants.
I really like her.
She's so funny.
Oh, Misbehaving doesn't like Clay Aiken. I like his song "The Way."
I really liked him. I wanted him to win.
He has become a little bit arrogant over the years. But his song "The Way" is really good.
You know who I wish I would have seen replace Freddie Mercury?
Who?
I always thought this would have been the perfect pick was George Michael.
But he passed
absolutely.
away.
And Freddie Mercury had one of those voices, though, that you couldn't really.
Ginger Logs.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you hear her friend had her baby?
Yes. Everybody's healthy and good and happy.
Yeah, mom and baby are very healthy and happy.
How old is she? 65?
Hey, Winky. Hi,
Yes,
Winky.
Hi,
Merry
Winky.
Christmas, Winky.
No,
Merry
she's what,
Christmas,
in her
Winky.
40s?
How big
Ginger?
was the baby? I forgot to ask you.
She's 47.
I can't even imagine. Oh my
And
God.
she's in the middle of labor. There's a picture, and her husband's out cold, and she's pointing at him like, what the hell is this? What is this?
Slacker Jack.
How big was the baby?
7 pounds, 9 ounces.
Perfect
Oh,
weight.
good size. Perfect
Mhm.
size.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we FaceTimed with my little grandson last night. He's got a monitor on his leg
Okay.
to in case he stops breathing. It'll
Okay.
go off.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's home, and the girls are
Right.
so rough with him. I was like having a heart attack last night because the 7-year-old was holding him, and his little head was flopping, and I'm like, you know, if I was there, I would have grabbed the baby. I'm like,
You're like, no.
Oh my gosh.
thank you for coming in, Winky.
Winky's so cute.
Can you guys send up prayers for Winky? I think she needs prayers too.
Yeah.
And Misbehaving.
Good to see you, Winky.
Winky is
And
another
Heidi's
one.
daughter.
Winky is the one who's just happy everywhere she goes.
I know. I love Winky. Winky can go everywhere. That's my goal at some
We've got
time.
a lot
I
of
don't,
babies in our group
everybody
lately.
likes Winky. Nobody
Yes.
I know.
dislikes Winky.
Nobody has a bad thing to say about Winky.
Let's all just drag Winky so we can.
Oh, God, yeah, for
Yeah,
you.
what are you going to pick on her for?
Oh,
you.
too much. And it
Your
makes me
videos
wonder,
are so cute, Winky.
what is she really up to? Huh?
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
Kelly Pickler still sing? Yeah, I think she
Yes.
still sings.
Yeah. I don't think as much.
Is she married to a hockey player?
No, that's Carrie Underwood.
Okay, Carrie Underwood is.
Underwear.
Kelly-
Carrie
Carrie
Underwear.
Underwear.
Hey, that's a good screen name.
I'm making a troll name. That's it. Carrie Underwear.
Carrie Underwear.
It's like Reese, where's her spoon?
Or
Carrie
Kelly
Underwear.
Fart
Carrie Underwear and Reese, where's her spoon?
Some.
Without her spoon.
Kelly Fart some. Hey, but hey, Miss D, I know you like a little bit of rock and roll. Do you remember when Axl Rose toured with AC/DC and he took over the lead on that?
Yes.
I do not remember that.
He did an awesome job. And I don't like Axl Rose, but as far as somebody taking over Brian Johnson's place in AC/DC,
Yeah.
he hit it to the T.
Axl just needs to bathe.
Okay, he really does.
He should.
But he's such a diva.
He really is.
He's such a like the worst diva there is. That's him.
Well, he started to be. It got even worse when Elton John let him sing with him that November Rain song. He got even worse. But the whole band, Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose's father was William Rose, and he's the national chapter leader of the Hells Angels.
Really?
So all of their money for that band came from the Hells Angels.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they started out as hardcore punk rock. And they were pretty good then. But
I remember them.
I think it was Slash's idea. Hey, we need to tone this down and go the rock way.
Huh.
And some of their music is really good. I just never liked the characters in the band. I didn't like.
I love country music. I love it.
I like the way Kid Rock can do country music, pop music, rap music. Kid Rock does country music.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Winky. Did you lose your mama? Thank you all. I'm just heartbroken. I've been crying every day. She truly was my best friend. Anyways, have a great life. Much love to you all.
Winky.
Love you, Winky.
Time heals things, Winky.
Yep.
I don't think you ever stop like missing your parents.
Mm-mm.
No, you won't stop, but you begin to accept it as a part of life.
The pain just dulls a little bit after time. But
I still talk to my dad. Most of my sentences start with "and another thing," but yeah.
It took me a couple of years to stop reaching for the phone. Like, hey, I can call mom.
Yeah.
It took me a while to do that. I can't bring myself to go over and see her tomb. It just depresses me so much to know that she's in there and I can't talk to her.
Good morning, cutie. Put that back on.
Oh, I was trying to see if you guys see the snow. It started snowing. Can you see
You're
the
supposed to get like
coming our
800
way.
inches, aren't you? God, those are big
How
flakes.
many inches?
We're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches.
We're supposed to get 6 to 10.
6 to 10.
6 to 10 inches.
Well, I think you're further north than I am.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, but I'm also more east than you are, which normally, the more you get closer to the coast, the more it turns to rain.
Yeah.
But like,
we're supposed to get that wet snow. The stuff for making snow now.
We're
Yes.
getting, well, here's what they did, and I'm getting, because they were telling the kids, if it snows tomorrow, you're going to have off. And I'm thinking to myself, huh? What? What do you mean you're going to have off? You're all at home. What they're saying is on the news is like these kids need to go out and play in the snow. These kids need to have a break. These kids, we haven't had a snowstorm in this area for 2 years.
You want to hear something really sad that happened in Pittsburgh? A suicide of a teenager because he left a note saying that he just missed his football, his friends, and he couldn't go on anymore.
Oh, wow.
God.
So they were saying the thing to do is make sure that you spend a lot of time with your kids because it's a real thing. They're missing their friends. They're missing school. They're missing their activities that they can't do. So, he's 15 years old.
See, we have like a safe group of friends. And with that safe group of friends, they each have friends. So they do see friends. I make sure they see friends.
Good.
Because it's more important for these kids to have also, a healthy mental outlook. And let's face it, these kids are not getting sick. And if they are, they're not showing symptoms. They're just not. Grace is diabetic, but Grace is a healthy freaking diabetic.
Yeah.
And she keeps her blood in check at all times. It's taken us a long time to get here, but
that's a smart move, though, to have that group of friends that what their parents, how they manage their life.
Mm-hmm.
So their kids are not at risk. That was an awesome plan.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to you guys.
Got to figure out how to make it work. That's all. Got to figure it out.
Yep.
Well, I just thought it was really sad when I saw that on the news. It was like, just make sure you don't leave your child isolated, because they're really feeling, they're really missing. A lot of them are missing their school activities. They're missing
Yep.
their friends.
Yep. And my kids have been cooped up since March.
God,
March.
I'd be going crazy. I would lose my mind.
Our state is closed now, so
Really?
there's
Your state's closed till like what, January 4th?
Yeah. And this guy
I'm pretty much in your state all the time.
Hired 15 servers, and he had to lay them all off because there's no dining.
Now,
like takeout.
Someone said to me, and I don't know who it was. It probably was a friend here, but someone said Murphy won't close New Jersey again, like he did before, because it would really, really hurt the mom and pop shops if he was to do it. So that's why.
You know what I heard on the
that's
news?
why he's not doing it. At least he's taken a stand not to do that. I'll give him that.
So on the news last night, I didn't make this correlation at all, but the Staten Island guy with the bar?
Yes.
Okay, and you've heard about him, and he's been arrested a couple of times now because it's like a block down the street. They are open for indoor dining, and they have completely shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
That area of Staten Island, they're one of the 5 boroughs. They're the one out of 5 boroughs that did not vote for what's his face, the mayor. Oh, what's his name?
Bloomberg.
Yes,
Bloomberg.
it's Bloomberg.
He's an idiot.
So
he's a moron.
They're thinking that that's his punishment
about him.
That's his punishment against the South Shore of Staten Island. They're the only borough that's shut down. Everybody else is open.
I think he's taking joy in watching the city just disintegrate. I really do.
I think he is too. I think he's a sadist, and I think he's a shithead.
There we go.
Do too.
But don't come for me. That's just my opinion.
You weren't in Discord the other day.
Everybody in New York feels the exact same way.
Yeah.
Brian's being censored.
Yeah. What's up with that?
I tell you, like I said, I put up a couple political opinions, stop the steal, things that are factual news.
Right.
It's factual news. You can take. You can believe it if you want to or not. YouTube took down one of my channels, took down one of my videos about the fraud that's going on.
Right.
Within this election. This is all stuff that's being reported by NTD News, Newsmax,
Yep.
some of it on Fox, some of it on CNN.
OAN.
They do not want you speaking about this election. They're hushing you up.
Well, there was something about Facebook that they were not going to tolerate. I'm like, you're not going to tolerate? Oh, okay. Well, because there's now Rumble, whatever it is, that is an alternative to Facebook. So how about you kiss it, or Parler? I think it's Parler. But a lot of people are not liking Parler very much.
People that want to put up videos speaking for or against this election can also go to minds.com, minds.com, and they can put them there. I think that the reason that they're trying to hush people about this election is because we're dead on it, and we know what's going on.
They've got a senatorial race coming up that's extremely important. So of course they want everybody to think that it's it's not nothing to see here.
I appealed their decision, and they asked me why I wanted to appeal that decision, and I told them, I said, if you're going to censor my political thoughts about what's right and what's not right about this election, then you need to go and look at some of these drama channels that are putting out hate speech, doxing people's jobs, threatening people.
Right.
You can watch Trump, and you can watch Biden, then you can watch your own platform. And they denied. They denied the appeal, said it was scamming.
Wow. Well, YouTube and a couple other things. I think Twitter too are under the gun because of that guy from Russia, wasn't it, that killed his girlfriend? His pregnant girlfriend, locked her outside. He was being paid.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, sending him money to YouTube and Twitter for him to pull pranks. Really bad, like sprayed her in the face with pepper spray. And she's pregnant, or was.
Yeah.
And so he locked her out, sub-0 degree temperatures with no clothes on, locked her outside on the patio.
There are
And let her back
videos.
in, and she died.
And he kept getting like super chats, or he kept getting donations.
Yeah.
And all he was worried about was his chat. And then finally he brings her in and she's dead.
Yeah.
She's unresponsive.
There's still videos out there of this. Still up.
There's videos on YouTube of people actually being beheaded by ISIS, but you can't talk about this election.
Nope.
The big corporation, YouTube is Google is a huge corporation. And I think the other day when everybody's Google got messed up is when they went in deep to look at people's videos about this election and go through, and there's other people
out.
Yeah, to weed it out, but they don't want the truth out there. And in my opinion, the truth is that this election is a fraud. They have taken away our right to vote. They're trying to take away our freedom of speech. And when Biden gets in office, there's going to be more of this to come. So you might as well, you think you got a mask on now?
Today, now that you're talking about politics, there'll be a message underneath my video saying that Biden is
well, then let's get it out there.
This video ain't
and I don't
monetized.
care about that. I'm just saying there'll be a message under saying that we support that Biden is now the elected president.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, let me just say this. If you don't understand that it's a huge problem when one state, the only way that you can get to you go to the front of the line with the Supreme Court of the country now, not the state Supreme Court, but the federal Supreme Court. The way that you get to the head of the line is for one state to sue another state for whatever reason. Doesn't matter what the reason is. So Texas and 19 other states who joined in on it wanted to sue one of the states that is in question about their shenanigans with their elections. The Supreme Court turned them away out of hand. And all they were asking for was just to see the evidence. Just hear us out. Just look at what we've got. This is the highest court in the land. And they said, nope, not our problem. That's your only job. You have one job, Supreme Court. One job.
Our government no longer works for us.
Nope, they don't.
Don't trust them, in my opinion. Don't trust them.
And Trump was right when he said fake news.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is fake news.
Yep. Well, I think it's time for Texas to secede
It's
from the
biased
nation.
news is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you what. If people think they're wearing a mask now, wait till after January the 20th. You're not gonna be able to speak. You're not gonna be able. They're talking about making part of the stimulus packages that are coming up to be that you have to take this vaccine.
Yep.
Forcing children. It'll be forced.
Yeah.
Vaccine in school.
I don't trust this vaccine.
Kids won't be able to go to school unless they're forced to.
And then you homeschool.
Get a vaccine.
What we're working on now.
Measles and mumps vaccine.
What we're working on now, and you guys mark my words, in the next year or so, we are working on a total and complete civil war in the United States. It's going to happen.
Lord.
It's going to happen. That man is not my president. He never will be my president. If you want in that office, then you do it the right way and you get the votes.
I concur.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't think that Trump should concede because this is bull crap. And you all say hello to President Harris by the end of next year. Guaranteed.
Apparently they are censoring people claiming the election was a fraud.
Even if you don't use the word fraud, they'll take it down, because even if you say, gee, isn't it odd that they did this, this, and this, and you're not saying it's a fraud. You're just saying what happened in this state. You know, why all of a sudden did they make this rule? And this doesn't go toward the Constitution because the legislature in that state decided they wanted A, B, C, and D. And the governor said, no, we're doing it this way. Well, that's not the Constitution. The Constitution only gives only the legislatures of the states the right to set the parameters for elections. They're the only ones that can do it, not the governor, not the secretary of state of that state, no one, not the attorney general, none of them, only the legislature. So they're breaking their own state laws, and they're saying, well, because of COVID. Look, COVID started in March, guys. People started quarantining in March. You can't tell me you can't get your shit together enough by November. that you got to mail out ballots, and everybody got one, which is also against their state constitution, by the way.
People got 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. Dead people got them. Everybody got, prisoners got them. Just go and go vote, y'all. Fill them all out. Send them in.
It's a
Yeah.
fraud.
We'll accept them. As long as you're voting for Biden.
Ballots traveling from New York to Pittsburgh to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Y'all don't see a problem with that? I do.
It's gonna be a sad day when Joe Biden puts his hand on that.
Okay,
Biden.
Ginger Locks.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing. I've spent a large part of my life preaching to people that every vote counts. Your vote does matter. Please go vote, because I always hear, my vote, it doesn't matter. I'm just one person. My vote doesn't matter. Well, now you know what? It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We know that Trump won that election by a landslide.
Even if he didn't, let's just pretend like for a second that he didn't, that it would not, there are not enough votes in question to turn the election around. Okay. Even if he didn't, I'm ignoring that completely. I'm just looking at what happened in these states that is blowing my mind, and that nobody in control or power that should be looking at this is willing to look at it. And that sets off more alarms in my head that the government is out of our control now. They no longer work for us. They haven't for years, but now really and truly they don't.
Trump tried to work for us. See what happened to him.
Yep.
I'm lucky he didn't.
Well, they
he's
spent
lucky
most
he
of his presidency trying to impeach him.
Yep.
How much did
like
they
I said,
spend
like I
on
said.
impeachment, on trying to impeach him? How much of his presidency did he have to defend himself?
They made up a fake story about him peeing on prostitutes in Russia, which, okay, if you believe that, I've got a bridge I've got a oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you, but
we were talking about,
you've got actual factual stories that actually did happen with Biden and his son with the Chinese government while Biden was in office, and then carrying on afterwards. And yet that's like a true story that like really freaking happened, but we're going to ignore that. We're going to go back to this, the stuff that Trump did with the Russians. Okay. That did never happen.
I tell you what, if I was Trump, I would just I would declassify a lot of stuff. Hey, you want to know who killed Kennedy? Here you go. You want to know about 9/11? Here you go. Let's pardon Edward Snowden. I'd go out with a bang.
No.
Praying Mantis says we have lost all hope for a great future, and it's scary as hell.
Nope. The first thing Joe Biden's going to do when he gets in is he's going to take away everything Trump did for the working man. And he's going to kill every relationship with other countries that Trump helped. He's going to do it. We are going to become China. Trump, in my opinion, in my lifetime, outside of Ronald Reagan, was the best president we ever had.
I think so too. I liked Kennedy too.
Kennedy was also a very good president.
Hey, Praying Mantis.
But Kennedy, his carousing with the wrong women, as far as the things that he was going to do, and Robert Kennedy was going to do, you just can't have that kind of goodness.
No.
In our government, Robert Kennedy would have made, oh man, he was on his way. Because in John Kennedy's presidency, a lot of it was Robert Kennedy. A lot of it was Bobby.
Yeah.
And he was a great man. He was for everybody. And they took him out because he was just too good.
Yeah.
He would have been the best ever.
They're best presidents, an actor and
a businessman. Tycoon.
Yeah.
Really. Because Ronald Reagan was a good president.
Yeah, Reagan was a very good president. I loved it when he was a lot like Trump.
Yeah.
I loved it when he had some reporter, he was talking somewhere, and the reporter asked him some kind of question. He didn't give the answer that he liked, and that reporter came back, and Reagan goes, "You shut up."
We've had some really strong moments and really strong leaders in this country, and if you look, those that you really kind of gravitate to are the ones that were really patriotic.
Mm-hmm.
The America First kind of theme, where we are exceptional, we are amazing.
I just like when Reagan would go, well,
Well,
start out well. Johnny Carson used to do it so good,
I know.
and they tried to take him out too.
Yeah, they sure did.
They tried to take him out too, and they failed.
Well,
And
had they not spent most of their time trying to President Trump.
I'm just surprised. I'm surprised Trump didn't get assassinated.
What could he have accomplished if all that hadn't happened? You know, what could he have accomplished if he wasn't having to divide his time between crazy people in politics and the job he was put in there to do? Just imagine.
Wow, praying mantis said, my kids and their spouses have made up their mind they won't be having babies. They're too scared for.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. Well, they got 4 years to kill Trump off. So, because he's going to try again. There's still other avenues that he could take, I guess.
Yeah. Well, there's been at least one state, I think Arizona, the Republicans sent in their votes for Trump, regardless, their electoral college. Mm-hmm. And I think some other states might kind of follow suit. That has happened before.
Ohio and Texas have, they went for Trump.
Oh yeah, but the ones that were supposed to have electoral colleges that went for Biden, that are in question, they're Republican. God love them. Their Republican electorals have submitted their votes for Trump as well. So there's two, and that all goes. The actual real big date is actually January 8th. Mm-hmm. I think. Yeah, the 8th. No, 6th. January 6th.
I was going to say January 8th. Isn't that Elvis's birthday?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I know he died in August, I think, did he?
August the 16th, 77.
Yeah. So none of this is unprecedented, y'all. This has happened before. They've had it down to the point where the House picked the president and the Senate picked the vice president. We've had that happen. So, none of this is just, off the chain. It's not. And no matter what the media tries to tell you, if you go back and look at history and some of the major elections that we've had, that you probably don't even, if you're like me, go, oh, I didn't know they were president. Shut up. But yeah, that they've been embroiled in these really heavy duty contested elections. And there are solutions, there are remedies for it in the Constitution. Our forefathers were amazing human beings. They thought of almost everything. So, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah.
But Texas should secede from the nation. Just go, bye, y'all. Figure it out yourself. Don't knock on our door. We ain't home.
You'll have everybody from California.
We already do. They're already coming. Elon Musk has moved here. Oracle. And there was somebody else that I just saw that's moving their $1 billion company here too. I can't remember who it was, but they're coming by droves. We're just making more and more and more money. Y'all keep being stupid. Keep putting these people in office that are nuts, and they'll just all move here. And we'll just leave the nation and we'll do our own thing and y'all be cool. And no, we're not going to loan y'all no money because we've seen what you did with yours. So
I want to see when, like when Trump gives over the White House to Biden, how they meet at the front and their wives
just punch him.
No, I want to see him put his hand out. And I want to see him put his hand out. And Joe go to grab it. And he act like he's doing his hair.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, yeah. Left you hanging. I don't know. Well, who was it? Clinton. They went around and pulled all the W's off the keyboards.
Yep.
To be assholes, and then walked off with half the property. What was it? Over $20,000 worth of China property stuff that was given to the White House. Mm-hmm. Me too, praying mantis. I'm a Texan. I'm ready. Let's go.
I'll live there. I will spend every dollar I got. My dad lives down there.
Next election, we'll vote in Trump, and we'll find him a big old ranch. He can come here and live. Put him as governor, and we'll build that wall all around the state.
I wish I would have took my dad's offer when we were getting ready to move. He told us, he said, he was going to give us a house. But I had already bought this. He was going to give us a place.
And you didn't come here?
Yeah, he lives right outside of Tomball. and
Yeah.
we
I
were
lived
gonna,
in Tomball.
yeah, we were gonna. If I would have known that, I would have took him up on it. But I'd already bought this. He was just gonna give us this house we got.
Dang.
Yeah.
You're cray. I can't believe you stayed up there. Did you know?
Well,
I did not know that Alaska does not have state or state income tax or state sales tax
huh?
Really?
because of the oil production. They make so much oil up there. They harvest it or whatever. Whatever. They got oil. That they don't have sales tax or state income tax, either one.
So if a Pepsi is 50 cents, then that's what it is.
Yes, absolutely. How awesome is that? Let's move.
I don't know. I can't deal with 6 months at nighttime.
Or 6 months a
My
day.
husband would love it there.
See, I would too. I would love it.
Carl, you need to talk to your husband into coming on one time.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's never home.
Oh my gosh.
I'd move to Alaska and there'd be a polar bear in my backyard.
Right?
My husband wouldn't be there to shoot it.
I remember that I had some friends that lived there, and I'd be talking to my girlfriend on the phone, and she'd be like, well, I got to get the shotgun. There's a moose right around the corner, and they were talking about it being at the store and da-da-da. Because, they'll wreak havoc. They'll tear up your vehicles. Yeah, they're pretty bad. And they weigh like 1,300 pounds.
I guess they're good eating.
I don't know. I've never had moose.
I want a moose burger with extra cheese.
A moose burger.
My husband should have been home.
Hold the antlers.
There was deer in our backyard. But hunting season is over.
Yeah, my uncle had an estate over in Sugar Land, Texas, and it was way out in the boons, and he had this big bay glass window, and the deers would just walk right up to it.
So that's in Kansas and Missouri. They just come on up to the back door like
stare at you. You're there watching TV, look over, there's 3 or 4 deers watching, American Idol with you.
Right. I did not take you to raise. Get out of my window.
She's watching The Boys. She's down that rabbit hole right now.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm
The
done.
Boys.
The season's over, so I'm finished with it now. But yeah.
What's next?
Oh, that's my new dilemma. I have a new dilemma.
You have a new dilemma?
In the AT&T Dish Network saga. I can no longer get my local channels because they don't want to pay the price. So you can imagine the conversation I had with the representative on the phone. Well, I don't want to pay your stinking price either, you ignorant.
I'm bummed because I saw a trailer for a movie I want to see, and it's not coming out till February. Called Nomadland.
Nomad.
I saw this trailer a long time ago, about a year ago, and it was supposed to be called Jack's Back. And it was that they unthawed him from the Titanic. They unthawed him, and he came back in current times looking for Rose.
Shut up.
And I was thinking, I can't wait to see this, and it never.
It's on demand. I have it on demand.
So the hypothermia kept him preserved this whole time? Is that the deal?
I guess. Me and Nicole always made a joke out of that movie because when they're laying on the raft and Rose is going, "I'll never let you go," and then 2 minutes later she lets him go.
She not only that, she kind of shoves his hand into the water like, "You, be free."
I was telling you guys that I was doing some time when that movie came out, and I'm in the day room watching this movie with these guys that are in there for murder and stealing and robbing, and
they're all crying,
and they were crying,
and you can see little tears trickling. I'm like, come on, man.
Well, in her defense, wasn't he already dead? She wakes up and he's like, pale, pasty, dead.
She let him go. I'll never let you go. She lets him go.
Dead, dude, go.
Can you imagine how cold that water was?
Poor Rose.
He would not let her. He would not compromise that raft, though.
That's crazy.
He wanted her.
She was on that door, floating on it. There was enough room for him. She scoot her big ass over. Door.
She was on a door? I don't remember that part.
I told you guys that I had a professional photographer. We had a professional photographer come to the house to do pictures of Nicole while she was pregnant.
Uh-huh.
And one of them we did where he did the painting of Rose. We did that. I've got that picture of on my dresser where Nicole did that scene exactly like it was, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
How fun!
And then we've got the controversial nude naked pregnancy photos, which are absolutely beautiful, but we can't show them to anybody. You know what I mean?
The belly.
But they're really nice. We paid a lot of money to have that done.
That is awesome.
Well, Demi Moore did that thing, and that's where we got the idea. And
Well, yeah, we were talking about all of our pictures the other day in Discord from when we were kids, and the hair.
the hair, the high hair.
That's what I need to do is go over and help Mom dust, and then go through those pictures and see if I can find my Martha Washington look.
When I got with my first wife, she had that high hair.
Yeah,
she used to have this habit of carrying her Aquanet with her because she'd keep her hair high.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, she would wait till she had a whole car full of people and just start picking her hair up. Like, oh, everybody's in the car. Oh, God.
My ex-husband used to swear he could shave his face on my hairspray in my hair. Like if I just raked my hair against his face, it would pull all the hair off of it. It was dangerous. I think it was a lethal weapon. I'm pretty sure I could have had it,
You mean he shaved? I look
it.
at your husband and I think he's one of those. He's got one of those faces. Looks like he couldn't grow a beard if he wanted.
No, that was my ex-husband. Now my current husband, no, he has a Joe Dirt beard. Not pretty. It is not pretty.
His current husband from the distance kind of looks like Dale Jr.
You think so?
From a distance, I mean,
Looks like who?
Dale Earnhardt.
Really?
I don't know. If you met him in person, you would say Steve McQueen in a heartbeat.
Steve McQueen. Well,
I think
Steve is Steve McQueen.
The older he gets, the more he looks like Steve McQueen.
Does he?
Yeah.
You can tell he's young.
He's a baby.
Very young.
No, he's one of those guys that's going to be like 80 and still look like he's 12.
Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson.
I should change my name to Mrs. Robinson.
You go, girl. It's obvious that you guys.
You know what they call you
What?
when you're married to a younger man is you're a cougar. You're a cougar.
Only because it sounds better than
You
Cradle.
see there, she can get a younger man that's 11 years younger than her. It means that she's hot stuff.
Yeah, it's the blowjobs, Carla.
He walks around the kitchen naked and makes sandwiches, so he's totally comfortable there. Yeah.
He's a fun human being. He is.
I tell you, we didn't have
He's a
kids
good guy.
like that too.
He's a good guy.
He is. He's crazy.
Very good
You
guy.
better be because you'll beat him down.
He came in yesterday freezing. And the house that they're working on underneath, it's just like Lake Placid. So yeah,
He has no meat on his bones to keep him warm.
I know he needs to eat a sandwich. Although he's getting a belly.
Oh, there's such thing as long underwear.
Yeah,
My
he has
husband's
it.
like
I'm
skinny
sitting here
like
wearing
your
my long
husband.
johns right now and my robe.
He wears that, and then he's got jeans that are flannel lined, and he'll wear those, and then
Oh, I've
he
seen
puts cover
those.
on top of that.
When my son was in construction, I found them at the weirdest place at Aldi's, and I sent my son all these jeans with flannel, and I haven't seen them since.
You know where he needs to go look too is Army Navy surplus. I bet has a bunch of stuff.
There you go.
I used to wear Harley Davidson jeans. And now you can't.
You're working outside and it's cold. You need something like that.
Yeah, I like my thermal underwears.
Thermal underwears.
Yeah.
I made some potato soup last night for him to take to lunch today, and I'm making red beans and rice now.
Yeah, extra cheesy potato soup.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon
My
bits?
husband loves red beans and rice.
You got bacon bits? They get
I'm
bacon
not a
bits
fan,
and chives?
I love them.
I'm not a fan of.
Miss D, did you put bacon bits and chives in that soup?
Of course, and then cheese, and I put a little sour cream, but I don't tell him.
Yeah, you got to make it thick.
Well, he doesn't like sour cream.
He thinks he doesn't. He's convinced himself he doesn't like
That's
it.
like
I
my
like what my kids
son-in-law. He doesn't like mushrooms, but when I make spaghetti sauce, I put mushrooms in it. He doesn't even know they're in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, most.
Because
Yeah,
I cut them up really
garlic.
fine, so he doesn't see them, and he doesn't know that he's eating them.
Well, I resisted the urge today of adding onion to the red beans and rice because I've always put onion in my potato soup and my red beans and rice, but he has decided he doesn't like onion, so
Did you,
I
did
think
you
they're a
see
little
what,
bit tangy for
did you see what Jen wrote in chat yesterday? She made cracked chicken. She goes, "Is it supposed to be
Be
pink?"
pink. I saw that. I was like, well, it kind of is from the Rotel tomatoes.
If you bite into if you
She
bite
goes,
into,
"Yeah."
if you bite into an unbreaded chicken breast and it's crunchy, you might want to get that checked.
There you go. Ooh, Creative
Oh,
Revival said
Coles
Kohl's
or
in
Columbia?
Columbia. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Kohl's has like everything. I love Kohl's. I
I'll
used to
have
go there all
to
the
go there.
time. And then a friend of mine was like, why do you go to Kohl's? I'm like, they have the most fantastic sales and then sales on top of sales.
They
And then
do
their
have
sales have
sales.
sales on top of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. If
Yeah,
they got
they do.
sales though, but all the other stuff is too expensive.
Dude,
You gotta go there for the
she's like
sale.
one of those type of people that she loves coupons. She loves like Savers and Salvation Army, all the thrift stores, and she loves a good deal. She will hunt a good deal into the ground. She does yard sales, all that. So she went to Kohl's the first time. It took her 2 hours to get out of there because every time she would leave, she'd look
There'd
at a
be something
receipt and
else.
there was another coupon and she'd have to go right back in. And it's like, seriously, I've created a monster. And you're welcome, Kohl's.
Yeah.
Because I told her about you, and now that's where she shops all the time.
Yeah, I always thought Kohl's would be like an expensive store, but they always have sales.
Yeah.
And their sales are always good.
Yeah.
They have really good. You know those mixers that you want?
Yes.
I think they're on sale for like 100 and something now,
Shut up.
which is really, really cheap because those things are worth. I've never
They're
seen them cheaper than
300 or more.
$2.99.
Yeah.
That's the cheapest I've ever seen them. They're 100 and something.
Let me let your niece out. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Your niece.
Bessie.
I'm waiting for
Bessie's my niece.
I'm waiting for her, the cabinet guy, her dad to get here and finish this stuff up. When he gets here, I have to jump off. But this
Oh,
is
no, you don't. You're not allowed.
well, he'll be making a bunch of noise, and you won't hear it because it's all right
You
next.
really got to go finish for Christmas shopping today.
I wish that I hope we get this done today. He's also put a in the sink. He's drilled a hole that he's putting a soap dispenser in it that you can hook the Dawn right up to it.
Oh, that's nice.
And then he put some where the bar comes together. He put some cement block things that look really, really nice. This has increased the value on this thing.
Tell them how much the sink or the tap was, or the sink and tap were.
Well,
They're like really expensive.
yeah, like that faucet, and he told me, he said that's a $500 faucet. You know, I looked it up, and it is.
Those are the new faucets. Those are really cool.
And it gives us more pressure. And the thing of it is this whole thing that he's got going here is right around, estimated at right around $2,600 for free by a man that knows what he's doing. Like I said, I asked him if he could just if I could pay him to replace the sink and the counter, and then he just doing this all for free. They are rebuilding. Nicole and her dad are rebuilding their relationship, and
the house at the same time.
Yeah, it's going really well.
Toys for Tots, yes. You can locate a donation center near you.
Yes,
please look at the
Tots, guys.
I'm not doing the wish list thing. I'm doing the Toys for Tots.
Right.
They've been around forever. They're good, and you can request a toy from them. So,
but the bad thing about all this is that this house is a mess, and she can't really straighten it up because he's been working.
There's no point in it, is there? If he's working.
No, because when he gets here, we have to take everything off the cabinet.
That drives me crazy.
I don't care. I still want to see more pictures. I need to see that.
I told him.
Yeah, as soon as he gets it completely done.
Yeah, he's making us wait.
Well,
we'll put him in a private room all by himself.
I did. Yeah, I did put up a little bit of video of some of it. I'm happy with it.
I have a question.
Very nice of him to do this.
I have a serious question. This is like really serious. I'm not even kidding. So, because I've not ever gotten any stimulus money from this COVID stuff. How does that work? Do you get like $1,200 and that's it? And you're supposed to live off of it for, I don't know, 6 months?
They gave me personally $1,200 and then an extra $500 for both the kids. And then Nicole, with her being on Social Security disability, they gave her $1,200.
Yeah, I think both.
And you're supposed to live off of that for 6 months.
No, but
It
Mike
was helpful,
will
though.
get money too.
Yeah, it was helpful, but
Is it every month you get it or just a one-time
we
deal?
got
I
it
think it's
once.
a one time.
And you have to
But
make.
seriously, people have like rent and utilities.
I don't
and-
know. I don't know how that.
You
Well, the
got
thing
to-
of it is you have to make under 75,000 a year to get it.
But even still, I mean, like a lot of these people are laid off. Like Carla was saying, the guy that just hired all those employees and then boom, sorry, gotta let you go, and they can't get unemployment. So
Nope.
this stimulus money is supposed to last them all this. Dear God, I can't.
No.
I don't know. And then it's like if you were laid off, you could get unemployment, and then they threw in another $400 a week.
Yeah,
But that's for people who are laid off.
My son got laid off, and he got the top unemployment, which is about $400 a week.
Uh-huh.
And he got the other $600. He got that for a long time. And then one of my old boss's daughters, she got laid off, and they didn't pay her right away.
Yeah.
She was one of them ones that held up, and she worked at Jimmy John's, that sub place.
Right.
And they gave her a check for $8,000.
Well, I still can't get mine fixed for unemployment. They've got me under 2 different names. It's like, okay, 2 different addresses, but the same phone number because my phone number's never changed.
How come you can't fix it?
Because I can't get anybody to answer the phone and the offices are not open to the public.
Nicole's away.
Oh, that's lovely.
There's a catch-22 for you. Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And I'm starting to get a little paranoid because they're like, did you work a government job?
Yeah, I
Why,
thought-
indeed, I did. And now nobody answers the phone. It's like, shit.
Okay. Yeah, we're not going to help you.
Just send me Pelosi's check.
You worked for us. Yeah,
Pelosi.
assholes.
Pelosi.
I keep hearing, the stimulus. And I'm like, yeah, but how are you supposed to live off of that? I mean, I know families that they spend a lot of that like towards groceries in a month's time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got growing children, preteens, teens, whatever, you're going to fork out major bucks for groceries alone, not touching electricity, or any of them. You got to have internet now for schools because if you don't, how they go to school? They're all at home on a computer.
A better question is, what about those families that don't have computers or whatever?
Well,
They're
they
not
provide
poor.
them. The schools
How
provide
are they doing their
They
school?
give you one.
Oh, the schools provide them?
Yeah,
What about if they don't have the internet?
that's my point. You'd have to have internet.
They gave the kids 2 Chromebooks. I mean, we could have went out and got them, but they gave the kids Chromebooks. Huh?
That's insane.
Yeah, they loaned them
You
out.
have to give them back.
They loaned them, and then the kids tear them up.
So
we
if
have to
they
pay
can't
for it.
afford the internet, they pay your internet?
I don't know.
They
That's a
should.
good question.
Let's see, food or the internet? I'm going for food,
Yeah.
And then the kids, it's hard for them to sit there and pay attention to a little screen.
Yep.
They're distracted by what's going on in the house, and that's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
To me, I don't get mad at them for it.
Or the fact that, well, I can see them, they can't see me, so I'm going to sit over here and play Minecraft on my phone.
Well,
Well,
they can see you.
oh,
Yeah,
they can?
yeah. Jada fell asleep one time, and they called me at work. They're like, "Could you wake up your daughter?"
Oh my God. Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
So their cameras are on? I
Yeah.
thought their cameras weren't on.
Well, remember the case where the guy sexually assaulted the little girl.
They had an 11-year-old recently that just committed suicide while on a live stream for school.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
no.
They had a class going, and this little, I think she was like 9 years old,
Uh,
and the 18-year-old kid came in there and sexually assaulted her, and the whole class saw it.
oh my
Oh,
God.
my God.
If it wasn't for that, he would have never got convicted.
Good
Oh, my
Lord.
Yeah, that was just recently. So
People are making more money on unemployment than they did when they were working. Our government is freaking.
Kimberly finished all her Christmas shopping. You know what, Kimberly? My family this year is getting me. They're so blessed. That's it. I'm beyond. No, we're not doing that.
I'm so behind. We're so behind. Usually we have 6 done. I mean, we've got 4 done, but we've got 7 more to go. And oh my God.
11.
They want like really expensive stuff. It's like, I'm sorry, this year's going to be really like thin. You know,
Yeah.
you're not going to get what we're used to doing.
I had speaking of 11 kids, I was going down that haunted plantation thing, looking at the different hauntings, and one of the couples had 11 children. 11.
Oh,
Now they live on a plantation. Why you got slaves? You have 11 children. Stick their ass out in the field. That's why you have all them kids, to run shit. Go out there and go pick something or plant.
Didn't your grandmother work on a plantation? Is it your grandmother?
No, she did plant cotton.
Oh, your mother. Her mother.
My mom, my grandmother, and my great grandmother all picked cotton growing up. All of them. They had a farm, but they also picked cotton from other farmers. They'd all get together and pick cotton. It's a horrible job, trust me, because it will cut your fingers up. You wouldn't think. Cotton, it's soft, not so much. Yeah. Cotton picker. That's why I call her cotton picker. Amazon.
My mom used to say, wait a cotton picking moment. Never knew where that came from.
Yep. Now
wait a cotton picking moment. Now I knew.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Of course, when we got in high school, though, girls that would reach up and pull their underwear out of their butt, we called them cotton pickers too. Just saying. The more you know. The more you know.
That's love right there, because Nicole sometimes she sleeps with her leg up, and I can see her little butt. And if those panties are going in there, I'll pull them out of there for her.
You're
that's
so
love.
sweet. You're such a gentleman, Brian.
That is love right there, isn't it, baby? She don't even know.
Your little girls were so stinking cute last night.
They are. They're good kids for the most part. They
are.
When they're not fighting or killing each other.
They always fight. See,
I'm
telling you, that's one of the.
They weren't fighting last night. They were not fighting.
Listen,
they like going live. That's one of the bad things about not driving.
Okay.
Sometimes if the kids get rowdy, you just take them for a ride somewhere and they'll calm down.
right, like babies.
Yeah. Why don't you take them up to McDonald's and get some nuggets, or take them for an ice cream or something, and they calm down for the rest of the night usually.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. It will change when they get older. They'll be best friends. Trust me.
Yeah, are you?
Yes.
She's talking to her dad.
Better?
Oh, well, damn. She's so cute.
Hang on.
I love Nicole.
Oh, hell.
He tells it like it is. That's why I said anybody that thinks that Brian wears the pants in that family has not heard Nicole on the live stream.
She's running that show completely. Completely. And I agree, Miss Behaven, underwear is way overrated.
I like underwear.
It's overrated. I fell in a Victoria's Secret thing because I was watching singers and then they were singing at the Victoria's Secret thing. It was very bizarre. Girls wear. And then I fell down a Backstreet Boys and an NSYNC. I went down that rabbit hole. Sure did. Then a Justin Timberlake one that led to Jimmy Fallon. Oh God, 6 degrees of separation. It's insane.
I've been just putting my thing on, like, bring up whatever video, and I've been getting like all kinds of recommendations to different channels.
Isn't it fun?
I'm just like going to the channels that it's bringing up for me. But that's how I got into the Hoarders, the whole Hoarders thing.
Well, I used to love to watch Hoarders on whatever channel it is, A&E or whatever.
Well, I'm telling you that some of those houses are pretty disgusting.
They're okay. I've started recording a new show, and Paula, you have to see it because they're actually catching a lot of creepy shit.
Yesterday, they said that's it because it was temporary.
I agree, Misbehaving.
Find something else.
No, there's a new show. It's one of the dudes that used to work with Zach Bagans. And he has got his own show called Fear Destination. And he's got his sister and his best friend and a camera guy. And they go to, one person gets to pick where they go and nobody else knows where they're going. And then they have to draw straws on where they're going to sleep that night in that haunted place. And they're catching a lot of creepy shit. They were shocked when they heard something. Oh, the ghost actually called one of their phones. The phone was downstairs by itself. And it has a lock on it, so you can't just open it and call somebody. But it was down there by itself. The little phone, unattended, was calling one of the other people from the show. And they heard creepy shit over the phone. And I'm like, let me tell you about hearing creepy shit over a phone. Give me a minute. I'll send you recordings.
Yeah, remember that?
You're like, can they do that? I'm like, yeah, indeed they can. They can do anything they want to.
Well, I sent some video to Nuke's Top 5, and I got a reply. Did you hear where I got a reply from them?
No. What did they say?
And they said they get hundreds of submissions every day, and that they will look into it, and if they think it will fit into their show, they'll play it.
Well, I'm telling you right now, give them a month or so to go through all of them and find and get to yours. I'm telling you, it will be on there because that is the creepiest shit that's ever happened to me.
That's what I think. But I guess they get like hundreds of submissions every day. So
wow.
Yeah. So at least I got a reply from them.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was a couple days later and I got a reply. So
that's creepy shit, man.
Yeah. There was a lot of creepy shit. I sent videos, I sent the audios, I sent a bunch of stuff. I said, this is what's going on. You tell me. But someone was in here yesterday and said, the one with the growling.
Yeah.
That's just feedback. So I don't know if it's feedback. It's the creepiest feedback I ever heard. So
I'm just saying. The only thing that I know for a fact that was not ghost was when Ginger Locke said Zool, and it sounded in her demon voice, and it sounded like but that was her, and I know that was her. But
I know that was her.
Was not her.
And I don't think it was feedback because it's never happened since. And that's when everything was happening. A lot of stuff was happening like
daily. Every day.
I wasn't even touching the keyboard, and 3s and 6s would come up and I wasn't touching. And you said, what are you trying to type? And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. My hands are sitting on my hand.
Look at the screen. You're like, what are you talking about? I said, look at the screen. There's all these 3s and 6s.
That scared the shit out of me. But that was like that, and I wasn't near the keyboard and I couldn't type anything. Every time I put my hand near the keyboard, 6s would come up. Or 3s, and only the 3s or 6s, nothing else. It was weird. It was just weird. And then the night when the 3 of us were on the phone call and then all that.
That was insane.
Yeah, there was a lot.
I had to keep asking myself, is this really happening? Because it was classic, and there were 5 or 6 of them talking all at the same time, and I was like, and distinct different voices.
Yep. It was a female voice, male voices.
Mm-hmm.
It was like weird names. Remember the time that I said, listen, I could hear footsteps coming up from downstairs.
Yep.
And I said, you have to hear this.
Yep.
So I brought the phone over to my basement door and you could actually hear
the footsteps.
Someone coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
Hush, Carl, I'm going to bed.
And the fact that, hey, Mel, the fact that they would answer me intelligently. Yep. Like, how many are there? How many of you are there? 5. And more than one person said 5. And then I said, what's your name? And they said Pete or Peter. Pete. I think it was Pete.
Yeah, it was Peter, I think.
I was like, what in the world?
And then it was like someone whispered in my ear, 5.
Because you
I came upstairs, what's 5?
And we're like, what? Shut up. We're like, why did you just say that? Because I heard it in my ear.
Mama said she's going to bed soon.
It's like someone whispered 5 in my ear. I'm like, 5, what's that? 5.
Because we're masochists, Miss B. We love the punishment.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't really scare me. I've been hearing the footsteps for years. That's the funny part was like, I've got a cemetery right behind my house, and misdemeanor saying,
I'm like,
you didn't tell us that. Why?
Right. I'm like,
Never
for
thought
months.
about it.
For months is this going on? And I'm like, well, what about this and what about that? And we need to research the property and da da da. And then like a month later, she's like, well, in the cemetery. But I'm like, what? Stop.
Stop right there.
What cemetery? Well, the one right behind my house. Oh my God. Okay. Don't tell me this. Yeah.
Lost soul.
I never thought about it. Never thought about the cemetery. And I used to cut across the cemetery all the time because there's a road going through it. So I'd always cut across there to go to the store.
Well, guess what else you brought home from the store?
I don't know.
Half the freaking cemetery. They just
Hello,
followed-
darkness, my old friend.
Right.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, they don't seem like they're mean, except you do show up with bruises. Or
Yeah.
did. You don't anymore, though,
No,
right?
I don't. Not since I got those crystals. It's been the only thing that I'm hearing now is the toilet flushes by itself.
Toilet, yeah.
There's
All right. Well, hey, at least they're considerate.
Pete Townsend. Yeah, if he's got diarrhea. But I do hear the footsteps. Footsteps from upstairs have never stopped.
Mel, she did get sage. She got 3 sticks of sage and
yes, I did.
candles. She put them together off to the side where, until she was ready to use them. The sage has disappeared.
Never found
Her
it.
husband didn't move it. He didn't even know she had it. She still cannot find the sage. The
That's
sage
nothing.
is gone.
Not to this day. I have never found it.
Hey, Pete.
I mean,
Townsend.
I have looked everywhere.
Mhm.
Yes.
They smoked it. They smoked it. That's what they did.
And I
They
think
smoked it.
someone told me that they didn't want you to sage the house. That's why it disappeared.
You got some jacked up ghosts. I'm just saying.
Oh, I do.
No.
I
They're
admit
all,
it.
they're just all quiet and sitting in a corner right now, waiting for those crystals to disappear. But none of them will pick them up. They won't touch them.
Yeah.
Can't go near her
Yeah, but
now.
I have there's something going on here. Something going on, but
Mel, get more.
Gabriel Tone Guitar says Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend from the Who.
Yeah, Pete. When you've got a ghost name. Now, Pete was the one, honestly, I
He's
think.
still alive, isn't he?
If he is, he's like 90 years old.
Yeah. But I think Pete was the one that was jacking with all your electronics, with your
Could
computer.
be.
I think he was the one doing the 6s and the 3s.
George is the one that smoked.
Yeah, George is just a cranky bastard that lives upstairs and fucks with Emily.
Yeah, Pete's still alive. He was born in 1945.
Well, you got to know about the. I had kind of like a poltergeist thing going on too, because books in the bookshelf upstairs were out of place. Thing that were on in this spare bedroom, blanket was on the floor, like someone had taken it and just thrown it onto the floor.
The iron was moved. The iron.
The iron was moved. Yeah. So a lot of stuff went on. Remember the
Okay, let me ask you this. Does the poltergeist thing, I guess it doesn't have to, but doesn't it kind of happen in the same room as the person who formulated the PK in the first place? Or is that?
I don't think so. I don't think it needs to. I think it happens.
Yes, Mel. She has a basement. We don't like the basement. We don't talk about
No, I don't like the
We don't
basement.
go
I don't
to
like
the
going
basement.
down there.
The stage it could be in the
It's
basement.
dark.
But yeah.
And I've also covered a mirror because when I showed certain people the mirror upstairs, they said, get rid of that mirror.
Mhm.
It's a portal.
It's a
So
portal.
I took it down and I've covered it. Haven't gotten rid of it yet because I don't know exactly what to do with it. I don't want to give someone else my problems. I mean, I want to curse myself.
I don't know.
Yes, they are naughty.
It might make a good Christmas gift to some people.
Yeah. Well, certain people.
Yeah, you might want to rethink who you want to send that to.
I might rethink who I'm going to.
Merry effing Christmas.
There you go.
Enjoy.
You can have my problems now. The only thing is you don't want to trap anything in your house. You know what I mean? Because the things people were telling me too, you've got to do things the right way. Because if you don't do it the right things, you can trap people.
Yeah, like
into
that
your
one
house.
family on Amy and Steve on the Dead Files.
Yeah.
They sprinkled salt around all the doors and they locked everything in there. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, no, first you need to get the salt and the sage and wash everything down and sage them out the house, and then put the salt.
Yeah. You have to do it a certain way. If you don't
Oh,
do
yeah.
it,
Tell
You need to
to a
send
house
it.
tour.
You need to send it as an anonymous gift to Miss B's sister-in-law. Perfect.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Perfect.
Well,
It's a nice mirror. My husband did not want me taking it down. He's like, what the hell are you doing? I said, I'm taking this mirror down and I'm covering it. It's been covered ever since.
I kind of wish I could see weird things, Mel. I do. I was thinking about that the other day because I got stuck
You
on
have.
Destination Fear or Fear Destination, whatever.
Mel's
You
a
have
tourist.
seen
Really?
weird things.
I have, but not as much as I'd like to.
Well, when we go to visit Jen, we're going to go to the Stanley Hotel. Supposedly that place is haunted.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to make we're going to make her take us there.
Wasn't there like a lot of stuff that came out from the movie, like from the production crew, that they talked about weird things that happened to them while they were shooting
Yeah.
The Shining? I think I'm gonna have
The
to.
Shining?
I'll be researching that the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think there was.
Another rabbit hole.
I would love to go there, but
Yeah.
you know what? If I do go there, I won't be able to sleep because I'll be waiting for something to happen.
I know, right?
I'll be waiting for something to happen. I'll be snapping pictures. Because sometimes you don't see it right away. You'll see it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom used to say that she could see things in her dreams, things that were going to happen, and that she prayed for that to go away, and she doesn't have that anymore. So I don't know. But she's not biologically related to me, so I don't know if it's a biology thing or if it's a nature versus nurture. I don't know. But I've only seen one ghost. I felt
At least you've seen one.
her pretty, and I wasn't scared. I was curious, but not scared. So that's weird. But she wasn't bloody and crazy looking like in I See Dead People movie.
Well, that's like people say, oh, well, you know, the night that I slept in bed and you could see the whatever sat on my bed. Like,
Yeah.
how could you sleep? It didn't scare me. It was kind of like the touch was very gentle and it was not anything that made me feel scared. I think if you're going to be scared, you'll have a feeling of being scared. And I didn't have a feeling of being scared because what was told to me about all the orbs and stuff was that they're like angels. So
You see YouTube people.
I see YouTube people.
You can identify
Oh
crazies,
God, that would be a nightmare.
right? I need to do Christmas pictures. I haven't done any Christmas pictures yet.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut down.
Fine, bye.
Yeah, I want to get me something to eat and get ready.
I ate while we were talking.
Guess what I have in my fridge? In my
I was
freezer.
mukbanging. I was mukbanging.
Mukbang.
Guess what I have? Guess what I have in my freezer?
What?
Sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits.
Oh, you bitch! You bitch! You bitch! You bitch!
Jimmy Dean, man, they're really good. They're really good.
They are really good.
Mhm.
I bought like a thing out of the freezer section with 4 of them. There's 4, I think, that come in, and that's what I was eating for 4 days in a row.
Yep.
But anyways, I'm gonna log off, boo boo.
Log off, bye.
Thanks for coming up.
Well, I enjoyed it. I miss y'all.
I miss you too.
I love y'all. Talk to you the rest of the day and night in Discord.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
of you big
This
losers.
is not goodbye. This is I'll talk to you in about 5 minutes.
Well, I'll talk to you guys
Bye,
later.
everybody.
I
Love you,
love
Brian.
y'all. Have a good
Bye.
day. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Thank you so much for coming in, everybody. I appreciate you all.